How you doing, guys? Welcome to Debating Woes. I'm your host, Judge Dre. What we're going to talk about is deal breakers in a relationship today. I'm going to go ahead and put the link in the description box. That way you guys can go ahead and join. If you guys want to comment on the topic today, the link has been posted so you guys can come on in and we will get this show on the road. How are you doing, Carlotta?
I'm all right today. Finally. I'm kind of happy that, unlike you people, I'm a little bit more, secure. I ain't got to deal with them damn relationship shits no more. Having to deal with all that drama and the possibility of sex. For the most part, for the moment, I'm a little insulated from all that, you know. But
Which is good. Which is good.
yeah, the way that I see today, oh, definitely, yeah, definitely, it's a very good thing, for real. I mean, it's like some people, it was a thing where if you get married, you got to be like marry somebody that can provide security and finance and this that. Shit, nowadays it's like long as you got somebody that get on your goddamn nerves, you good. You know what I'm saying? It's like shit, long as you, that's it. Shit, you could be broke as hell. Fuck it, work at McDonald's. I don't give a damn. As long as you ain't get on my nerve, we
Right.
good. You know. But other than that, it's like it's just kind of hard out here. It's like this generation of people is just different. There's too much going on. Technology has played a major role in, offering people too many options. Because, like prior to now, we didn't have all that influence as to give us this mindset of maybe I should, maybe I shouldn't. Well, maybe I could do this over here. Well, I wonder what this would be like if I do this or try this. In the meantime, jeopardizing your relationships. You know what I'm saying? We didn't have all these. In other words, we didn't have all these options that can mess us up. You know what I'm saying on our home base. But
Right.
see now we're privy to everything. You feel me? So it's like everybody, get easily distracted. It's like a lot of distractions out here.
Oh,
You
yeah,
know, I
definitely.
mean, yeah, like 20 years ago, like there could be like five major things that could be deal breakers. Now it's like 30 goddamn things that could be a deal breaker. You feel me?
Well,
So it's
I'm gonna say
changed a lot.
we worry about too many things that I think that are very, that aren't important. What I've noticed in
Right.
relationships, we become, selfish. We always worry about what we can get, but we never have to worry about what we do for others.
But
That's
that's
what it is.
because
We
we've
want it
been
all.
given, yeah, but we've been given the opportunity to see that there is more out here. You see what I'm saying? It's like, like I said, the internet has opened up a whole area, that we were not really exposed to before. So now the little shit that we see, for example, the little stuff like materialistically that we see that we wanted that's around the corner in the store. Now we see some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a lot more of something that exists, like shoes, clothes, electronics. Now we were like given the opportunity to see that there's more. And I think technology is a good thing, but it's a bad thing. You know, and to me, it's starting to become, from what I see of a lot of people, it's starting to become a bad thing.
Mhm.
I mean, because remember back in the day, if you wanted to see like naked females or something, you actually had to have you had to buy a book. You know what I mean? Like Playboy or Hustler, some shit. Now you could like just click on some little your mouse or some shit, and you got privilege to see all kinds of shit there. You don't need to go buy the book and try to figure out how to hide them from somebody in the house. You can go on your daggone computer and see a whole bunch of distractive ass shit that can fuck up your relationships. You feel me? So,
Right.
I would say the culprit would be like, technology as to the reason why a lot of shit is like, you know, um, becoming a problem nowadays, you know. And then remember like when we had so like if you was going through something in a relationship with somebody, the only people that you was able to really get advice or information from was like your family or some friends. And if you wasn't a person like myself, I ain't have a lot of family and I have a lot of friends. So I had to tolerate stuff. You know what I'm saying? I had to deal with it. I had to actually see that shit through. You feel me? Because I didn't have the internet where I could get on a chat site and maybe just pose that question and get the opinion. So like I said, technology is really, has really changed a lot of shit. And it has a lot of it has a lot to do with a lot of stuff that is negative that's happening in a lot of relationships today. Because it's giving too many options. It's providing too many options, for people to be on some other shit.
Oh, definitely.
I'm
Well,
not using it as an excuse. You understand what I'm saying? I'm just saying that's my opinion.
yeah, I can totally agree with that
What's up,
because,
Rap? Mm-hmm.
hey, Raphael, and who is that? Vic? Is that you?
Vic, what's
What
up?
up, though?
Well, hello. How's it going?
What's happening, man? Look, I finally got to a early. Look, I finally made it early. By the
Oh,
time I
okay.
be getting to your show, it'd be 50,000 people watching. Look, I'm at the back of the line. I'm like, Andre can't even see me back
Yeah.
here.
Trying to get in the club,
Damn.
huh?
Listen, now, okay. Basically, what we're talking about is deal breakers in a relationship.
Damn it.
What do you think? What deal breakers do you have that you say
Oh,
you're in a relationship with somebody to say, you know what, I can't be with this person.
hey,
Um,
I got a few.
yeah, I'm
Hey,
simple.
Lethal.
Hey,
I'm
what's up?
simple. I'm to the core.
And
And
What
like
up,
to
y'all?
me, like it's got to be like loyal. Like I would say, like trust and loyalty. See, that, in my opinion, is the ultimate deal breaker. I have to be able to turn my back and not think about you doing the wrong thing.
mm-hmm.
It's too many relationships where I see like a man and a woman, they'll argue, right, over, well, who was that dude you was just talking to, or who was that chick that you just walked up? And relationships, men and women, they'll go back and forth at that level. Like you could be talking to a woman that's the opposite sex. You're not trying to, get this woman's number, this, that, the other. But if your woman sees that, she's gonna feel some type of way. And us as men, when you do that to a man, we end up just doing it to you out of spite. We end up doing it to you out of spite because you just been doing it to us. So when we see you having a simple conversation with the opposite sex, oh, now you gonna see us act all types of ass. We gonna come out our share. So I think that's probably one of the key things that's like an ultimate deal breaker, like trust. It's got to be trust. It's got to be loyalty.
Right.
Yeah, but you know what, hey Vic, let me say this though. The alternate issue that goes forward that can become a problem is what you just said. Now, okay, I'm a woman. I'll be honest with you. If I do anything, it ain't even got to do with nothing another man, something about another man, whatever. If a
Right.
man follow me to a certain degree, I'm gonna kind of lose respect for that man because it's like, look, dude, I'm not your mother. You know what I'm saying? I'm your girl. Why are you following me? I'm supposed to be following you. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And next thing you know, you got these females saying, you're a bitch ass nigga. You feel me? Soon as an argument come up, you know what I'm saying? You weak. You a bitch ass nigga. Because I'm going to be honest with you, as a female, once we start seeing where a dude will be either following what we do what we do or do like we do and be like how we be, it's like that shit is a turn off, dude.
Yeah, you're right.
You know what I'm saying? After a while, that's grounds for a fucking argument. Or at least justification to be doing some more other shit. In other words, okay, that attitude, if I gotta tolerate that, that's gonna justify me hollering at Tony. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Ain't no justifying
Yep.
that. That's bad
It is
behavior.
just, it is bad behavior, but it's like a feeling. It's like when you're a woman, you want a strong man, not a strong like I can kill people. No, not like that. But you want somebody that's a little bit more grounded. You want somebody that's
Well,
like
yeah, I
secure.
can understand. I can understand exactly what she's saying.
I'm
What?
just saying this is what
Yeah.
causes a lot of these problems in a lot of these females arguing with these guys, calling them bitch ass niggas, calling them weak niggas, and this, that, and the third. Because somewhere along the line in that relationship, prior to that argument, that man was doing too much what that woman wanted him to do. And sometimes women will tell you stupid shit to do just to see if you weak or if you're a strong dude. There are some things that women will ask you to do that really men's supposed to respond as no. But because y'all be like, oh, I'm going to do for my woman, she my girl, woo, woo, woo. Y'all say yeah. But then when the argument come up, she use that shit against you.
What you just said was a David Banner quote. David Banner said on YouTube, he said, what makes you a man is not what you say yes to. What makes you a man is what you say no to.
No to. Exactly. I didn't know the man made a quote like that. To me, it just makes sense. That's what I expect. That's the expectation of a woman like myself. This is my expectation when I'm with a man. And finally, I feel like at this point, I'm married now, but the thing is, I feel blessed because this man has said no to everything that pretty much I knew was some bullshit that I just wanted to see. Like, really, you bumping your chest and talking about you a man, you a man, you a man. And in my mind, I'm like, if I could get him to say yeah, to kissing my toes or some shit. You know what I mean? Something that I know I don't fucking like. But I'm going to see if you would do it. See, females do things like this sometimes. You feel me? And it's like that. It's that one little dumbass thing that they got you to say yes to that can, like, just debunk all your manliness and shit.
Oh, man. Yeah, look.
For real, y'all gotta be like staying alert and paying attention for real.
Hey, wait a minute.
If you want to know,
a man might kiss your toes. Now that don't mean he's weak.
I'm just saying, you know, like, no. I use that as example. You know what I mean? An example. Because some females be like, yo, that's like, you know, that's doing too much. Some females feel like that. I just use that as an example. Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Well,
you know, I just use that as an example.
There's certain things that I won't do, and I'm married too, so I feel you on that.
Exactly. Right. Y'all supposed to have recognized your cutoff fucking limit. Y'all got a cutoff limit.
And
you know
women, and women gotta have that same chip for a man.
Exactly.
To
but see, the thing is, we can't operate unless, you know what I'm saying? Like, if we following y'all, we supposed to follow y'all.
Right.
Like, this shit, this world right now is backwards. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, what do you call it? Like, when people go to church, they say it's the spirit of confusion. This fucking world is backwards now.
And listen, I mean, like you were saying before, like my wife, right? There's certain things that my wife don't fuck with, right? And I respect her more for giving me that honest opinion. Like, she like, yo, I don't fuck with this. Don't even think I'm gonna, like, you know, pretend like I got an interest in this shit.
Right.
You feel me? I mean, I have more respect. I got more respect for that than her pretending that, you know, she just down with this shit because I'm down with it. No, my wife looks at me, oh, no, I'm not fucking you. That's you, nigga.
Exactly. But to ease your mind, Lethal, the thing is, the reason why I brought this up, because a lot of people today have trust issues. Sorry, but certain little games are going to be played to see if you valid. You feel me? To see if you say who you are. A lot of people are putting little shit in the way as little testers to see if this person is who they say they are. You got people that's talking about, yeah, you know, I don't let nobody fuck with me, boo, woo, 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 woo. And sometimes people will put you in that situation just to see if you for real. You know, you get what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's like, they'll do this on purpose today because a lot of things, like I say, we got a lot of distraction today. We have a hell of a lot more options and shit we could choose from than we did a long time ago. So at this point, it's like, I'm going to need to test you. I'm going to need to try you some kind of way to see and to make sure, or at least to make myself feel good at night. Are you who you say you are?
Right. Okay.
Because when you know.
We're going to go to Lethal. I think he had something to say. Did you have something to say?
Yeah, I did. Because when I came in, he was asking a list of deal breakers, and I actually have a few.
All right, go for it.
I have a few. One is a woman with kids, I don't deal with them. Another thing is, um, this might sound a little crazy, but hey, what's up, Matt? Um, I don't really like. I don't deal with chicks who watch reality shows. It's reasons for this shit. Because
Why
see
is
the
that?
thing,
Go into the. Can I ask a question on that? You can go through all of them, but I want to ask you a question with the reality shows. Why you don't watch? Why you don't date when we're reality shows?
because this is what I've noticed.
Smart.
People who watch, I've noticed this, and I've been in contact with these types. When they watch this shit, a lot of times I've noticed that this is part of their everyday life. So they entertained by drama because they have that shit in their personal life. So I just
Yeah.
think that, yeah. So that's why I stay the fuck away from that. So if you watch that bullshit religiously, then it's like, okay, no, because I already know what the hell. Because I found myself in arguments with people who either watch that shit religiously or watch fucking Lifetime religiously.
Because they try
So
to become those characters. They start trying to become those characters.
Lethal. I'm gonna tell you this right
He's
there.
right.
No, you just pissed me off because I just hate to say something. This man just brought up another thing that I ain't never pay attention to, and all the motherfuckers who watch that shit religiously. Damn it! I'm gonna have to adapt that rule, man. You just open
dude,
my eyes to something else.
yeah, because I'm telling you, if you look at the programming of Lifetime,
I ain't
what
never
does it
think
always?
about it that way.
Hey,
Because
hey,
I've watched
hey,
it once.
hey,
I've
hey, Andre. Hey,
But
y'all taking shots at my wife, man. Y'all taking shots at my wife.
but go ahead.
not all.
Not all right. But most of them. But going back to you, Lethal. Damn, he done said one rule already, and I said, I be damn. When I think about it, all of them do be and they be on that shit religiously.
Hey,
Yeah,
and you know what? Look, my wife has been down with that shit for like I don't know, like ever since it came on. And I hate to say it, like y'all ain't lying. Like I mean I'm living in it. What y'all are talking about. I'm living in.
yep.
Right.
I'm living in. And this how it go. Look, this how it go on some real shit. Okay, my wife started watching Love and Hip Hop and that Lifetime shit. The next thing I know, my house got filled with some of the most extravagant shit. Y'all know I'm a cheap motherfucker. So I had to get adjusted. I had to get adjusted to all this expensive ass
hmm
shit. Like I looked
See,
up,
she picking up the other things of the show, the other aspects that,
wait. Hey,
expensive
I
names
swear,
and all that.
no.
Yeah.
Hey, wait a minute. For the past 2
hmm
years, okay, the UPS and the FedEx drivers know me by first name.
Right.
They
Damn.
literally come by my house so much that when I open the door, they say, "What's up, Vic?"
That's how my
Like
mother used to
literally.
be. My mother was like,
I remember now. Look, my wife got clients. It's not a big house, small house, right? Like my wife, like you can't really touch her closet, right? Because if you put like one feather on the bar of her clothes, the whole fucking thing just falls.
Right.
These garments don't even weigh like a quarter of an ounce. Like they're made of like women got clothes super thin. So I mean I want you to imagine how much toilet tissue it takes to knock down an entire clothing rack in your closet.
Right.
The weight of that to fall.
Right.
She has like shoe racks that she'll buy the shoe rack and then she'll get so many shoes that the shoes eventually destroy the rack.
Right.
I'm
I
looking
know we
around
go.
like,
Yeah, we going
damn.
off on a tangent there. I say he had a couple good points. I want to hear the rest of them. Go back to Lethal. Lethal, what were you
Okay.
saying? Oh man, so I gotta write that one down. No more
Yeah,
Lifetime.
but everything he's saying is factual.
Yep.
These are facts. Lethal spitting facts right now.
Now,
Damn, Lethal, what made you come to that realization that day that, hey, you know what? What made you, like, were you getting in an argument during a Lifetime television show or something?
it's obvious. It's
you know
becoming
what?
obvious.
I mean, because see, here's the thing. I've noticed with people who are entertained by this shit. I mean, they tend to be, yeah, they tend to try to mirror that stuff. I mean, just think about it. If you look at Lifetime and you look at a lot of the programming, what does it always? The programming is simply this: the woman is always the victim, the man is always the villain, or if he is the victim, he gets saved by a woman.
Yep.
You
Okay.
know that,
And it's
yeah.
influential. It's
Ex-
very influential.
hmm But another thing, another thing with me that's a big fucking deal breaker. See, I know I have different music taste than a lot of people, because I don't listen to current hip hop. So as long as we respect each other's space and you don't blast that bullshit in my presence, or I can sit in the passenger seat with my fucking headphones on while you jam to that, we ain't got a problem. But another issue I do have is like the ones who feel that they need to buy all this extra high end shit to maintain status of validation. And a big pet peeve of mine, because we talked about the kids thing, so I got that out the way. But
What? No kids at all? She can't have?
no, because I don't have any.
Oh, well, yeah, that's the reason why. How old are you, Lethal, again?
31.
31? Yeah, I will admit, I got a friend of mine, he's 39 years old now. Well, he's 38 years old, same age as me. He got just, got his, got a real good job and all like this. And I told him, I said, well, no offense, you shouldn't even be dating a woman with kids. If a woman got 3, 4 kids already, and you already got all your shit together, you about to buy your second house and shit, you don't need to be dating a woman who got, 3, 4 kids, 3, 4 baby daddies, and you know, you don't want to work, you refrain from doing all this, and you protected yourself in life. Why in the world? Yeah, I mean, a woman, no offense, she better be drop dead gorgeous to be even have a chance to be with you. Let alone, you don't need 20,000 kids.
Right. But another thing that really gets me too, in addition to that, is like these chicks who feel the need to go, trying to go get butt implants and butt injections and alterations to their body because, you know, they unhappy. Once you do that, that lets me know you're not happy here. You're trying to seek attention elsewhere. Because if you don't love yourself, I can already expect problems with us. We're
Right.
gonna have issues because you don't love you, which means you're not. I'm not gonna have you at 100%. And of course, I can't stand motherfuckers who wear weave. So, you know, because I always had this feeling about people who wore that
I
shit.
don't blame him.
I'm telling you, like
I don't
look,
blame him.
that shit stinks. And I always think when they get to patting that shit or scratching it, I'm always thinking that some bats or some flies is gonna start coming out of that motherfucker.
Yeah, I will. I
Uh-uh.
will admit that when they wear, it's not even the weave thing, but the what about the wig?
I think that's only way
Wig, you
I
can
could.
take it off, put it over there on a chair or something, kid. You take the wig
Yeah,
out.
like I could.
I've dated some women who, like, my son's mother, she never took hers off. Period.
I don't. I mean,
Maybe around you.
Oh
I
no,
can
I
excuse
finished. Period. She never took her wig off. Never.
the wig in this case. Okay, if it was a chemotherapy thing,
Right,
or
right.
let's just
Right.
say, you know, she didn't get a chance to do her hair yet. She put on the stocking cap, put the wig on. Cause I would rather you do that than walk out the house with a fucking whatever the fuck them things are called that I see women out in public wearing them damn shower caps or whatever you call them
Well, now
things.
wait. Now look. Now lethal. Here's my thing. I don't mind if a woman like wears a wig, but but you have to walk around outside in your natural hair some point. You got to show me that you ain't scared to walk out that motherfucking door with nothing in your head. You can spruce it up. If you
Yeah.
want to go, and do all that crazy stuff, that's fine. But you got to show
Yeah.
me some heart. Let me see you go to the grocery store. Let me see you.
Because that sounds like that ties into your security with that woman. It's like you want to have a sense of realness. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like the more you are real, the more you are secure. So I respect that. I
And you know
definitely
what I'm saying?
respect that of a man.
A real woman, look, look, man, she'll walk outside in her goddamn drawers. She don't
I mean, yeah, well,
no
yeah,
different than a
you gotta have a
man
lot of money
would.
to do that. I need money
I'm
to do
just
that as
saying,
a backup
no
for that
different than a
embarrassment.
man would. A man will walk outside in his drawers. He might not look. He might not do it at like 2 o'clock in the
Right.
afternoon, but he'll do it.
Right.
Well, y'all know the thing from back in the day, it's like, if a man go out here and he mess with Lottie Dottie and everybody, he still Mr. So-and-so. But if a woman go out here and do that, she a hoe. She a this, she a that. See, it's a double standard thing, which I wasn't mad at.
Hey, Carlotta.
I never,
Carlotta.
that ain't never bite me in my
Hey,
ass.
always remember. Hey, I always go back to my the people that raised me. My grandmother
Uh-huh.
went outside in her nightgown every damn day. Okay, and she was one of the realest motherfuckers you could ever run into every day.
Right.
Exactly.
At 8, 9 o'clock in the morning. Matter of fact, if it was the weekend, she was in that motherfucker all day.
Vic, who
All
ain't seen
motherfucking
an older person like that?
day.
And you better not disrespect them neither.
Yeah, you're right
Right.
about that.
What
Definitely.
did you say about grandma coming out in her motherfucking night clothes or whatever she came out in? You just hope she had clothes on when she came outside.
Okay.
That's all you can hope for.
And you better not say nothing.
Right. She got rollers and everything. And then look, some old motherfucker trying to holler at her. Wait a minute.
Because that's real. That's
When
real.
she come outside, another old motherfucker be older than her trying to holler at your grandma. You like, God damn, what the hell?
Well, let's go to Matt over here. I see him over here. He hasn't said anything. What do you think on what's your point of view on tonight's topic, Matt?
Well, first of all, I heard Lito and his mini rant going on there. I'm just taking in all the knowledge, man. If you guys are spitting knowledge, I'm just gonna shut up, listen, and see what's going on. The one with the butt injections and implants and shit. You're really talking about a single woman. A single woman would do that. Not really a woman who has a guy who loves her. You know, you don't see married chicks taking all of this butt implants and freaking breast implants. I mean,
But
why?
they end up being the married chicks that got all that because they did all that to get that man.
Yeah,
A lot
that's
of
what
them
I'm
did that,
saying.
you know what I'm saying? So they still end up having that, injections and all this and that, you know what I mean? Because that's like supposedly be something to entice those males that seem to be on the upper level. A lot of men that have money is like in their mind the only thing a woman is good for is sex.
Yeah,
So they're gonna make themselves look as sexually appetizing as possible. You know what I'm saying? The only girls that get attention that may have knowledge and may be about something are the guys that are on an everyday level because they want somebody they can build with. When there's a man that's already built, it's like, what the freak can a female really do for him but like give him some head and fix him something to eat and that's about it. And that's a lot of guys' mentality, ones that got money.
yeah,
and,
that's
and,
that's
You just an arrogant son of a bitch when you broke as a motherfucker got that type of mentality. It's like, yo, that's why you ain't got no girlfriend. That's why you ain't got nobody.
Right.
You have these
well,
expectations.
hey, look, I don't know if y'all remember because this and this is how I recall, like this whole altercation, like augmentation of the female body started. It started in like rich white society with Botox, like the white women were blowing up their lips, remember?
And the fake
And
breasts, and the fake breasts, that's
and
right.
then you had like the Italian women. They were just going like overboard with the shit. They were like swimming up their lips. Now black women already had like shapes and figures and stuff. So when they started doing it, she was like, "What the fuck?" Like you know what I'm saying? It was like I swear, like we were creating wrestlers on a video game. Like motherfuckers was just making shit, like all types of like let me
Yeah,
make my
but
shit look better than
black
yours
women
and
were
shit.
left. Black women were left with that. Before everybody started doing that, what you talking about? Black women were left with that bag of your hair is not adequate. Your lips are too big. Your ass is too big. You're misshapen. because certain
Right.
body parts are too sexually, noticeable on your body. These things were made to seem like it was a bad thing before other people started, wanting to apply them to their own cultures. So in the meantime, you didn't got black women preset to think that shit is ugly, and next thing you know, you got a bunch of people, black women walking around hating on themselves. When everybody else, now all of a sudden everybody want to get the lips done and the butt, the titties and all that old stuff. But yet, still, you still had a black with some, not all, okay? Some black women have that mentality like, okay, I don't like myself because I don't like the way my lips look. They're too ethnic. I don't like my nose because it's too big. I don't like my brown color because I'm too dark. And then you sit up here and see other people in other cultures going to tanning salons and shit, trying to get darker than what they are, getting their lips bigger than yours. It's like, wait a minute, what the fuck?
Yeah, but it's other women that tell
But
us.
these are the things that was made to, with a lot of black women was made to think was ugly about themselves. You understand what I'm saying? Can you imagine the visual to mental transition that women have to go through to be made to think that this shit is ugly, and then all of a sudden see other women of other cultures, you know what I'm saying, hyping their bodies up now like that? Can you imagine the conflict?
It's
That
not.
maybe can be the confusion. That's like confusing. If you
It's
told me some shit is ugly all my life, and then I see everybody else doing it, it's like, you don't think people would be confused?
it's not. It's not a confusion. It's competition.
Oh
That's
yeah, okay. On the outset,
yeah.
yes, it's competition, but I'm saying in the mind of an individual, it can be confusing
Well, yeah. If you look at it from that
from
perspective,
that perspective. Exactly. Initially, that is the one that's going to be looked upon first, because you're told all your life that something is inadequate, and then you
Well, I
see
don't
where it
want to touch
becomes the
on
norm.
nothing
It's
fake.
like what?
I don't want to touch on nothing fake. Like, to be honest
Right.
with you, I mean, I was raised off of roots and Shaka Zulu and stuff like that. I
Me
can't
too.
touch nothing fake. You
Me
know what I'm
too.
saying? And and my thing is, for the guy, I mean, like, put it like this: you could tell, like you're touching on something fake, and there's no man in the world that can sit up here in front and talk about it. It feels real. No, it don't. No, it don't. It's impossible. You can't implant something into a woman's body and then talk about it still feels real. No, it doesn't.
yeah. It was
No.
close to real.
You feel me? You got these guys with like professing like, yeah, come on, we should all go and try this. We not stupid. We are not dumb.
Yeah.
I don't care like what guy comes on television. There's no way in the world, you know what I'm saying? That's like for a woman's standpoint. If a man go and put in fake muscles, she gonna be able to tell it's fake after a while when
Mm-hmm.
you can't pick up nothing. It's like, why is this nigga so
That's true.
big and shit, but
You
he
can't
can't
pick up
help me
nothing.
move?
Oh, when you actually have to lift.
You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? Look at that from like a psychological standpoint as well. It's the same shit. It's the same thing. You don't
Right.
want to be around somebody that represents themselves being a certain way. That is considered fake as well, because
Hey,
that can
look,
cause
can
a
you
lot of problems
imagine?
too.
Hey, wait a minute. Hey, Carlotta, can you imagine touching a fake muscle? Can you imagine that?
That would freak me
Imagine
out.
touching a
But you
fake
know what?
muscle.
But Vic,
Like,
the
look, dude, touch,
equivalent, I'm
be
gonna
like,
tell you like this.
tighten up, baby. He'd be like,
I'm gonna
I
tell you
just can't
like
do it
this.
right now.
I've had to deal with this a situation similar to what you're talking about, because what I consider fake muscle can be built up from the usage of steroids. I went with a guy that was on steroids. You feel me? And it is
Yeah.
I don't care what nobody says. It's a different feel in a man's body when them muscles are built up honestly, as opposed to being hyped off of a freaking steroid. You understand? It's a different feel. I'm
Okay.
I know,
telling you.
Carlotta, you sitting there like, what happened? Like, what just happened?
It was called the 90s. The 90s kicked in. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
And like I was
man.
telling Dre, it's like when we entered into the world of technology,
Right.
media advancement. This is what fucked up a lot of stuff. We didn't have privy to all this information before, so we just either worked it out, broke up, got with somebody else, and kept it moving. But see now, you know what I'm saying? The media or the internet provides situations where we can like do some alternate shit, but yet still keep this motherfucker here until we build up enough nerve to seriously be with somebody else. You see what I'm saying? It's like we're allowing the world, the way the world has advanced and changed, we're allowing that to dictate what should come natural to us. We forgot some shit.
Yeah, there's a case about something like that, like this Indian dude and this Indian chick. Well, they got together, and what happened was they had a kid, but all of the kids ended up like not looking like him, and he wondered why. And it's because the bitch was using so much fucking
Oh, the
makeup.
girl from China, the girl from China had the surgery and shit. He sued her ass. That's what you talking
Yeah,
about. All them kids came out ugly as hell.
yeah,
I know you talking about. Yeah.
they even had one like where she used so much fucking makeup that you couldn't tell who the fuck she was. Like
Oh
you
yeah.
literally
Oh
couldn't
yeah.
tell. Like, but
I feel so bad for you men in this society today because you got trannies, you know what I'm saying? People that are transvestite looking more of a woman. They look more feminine than
no,
a
But
woman. A
look,
lot of
when
women.
it comes to
That's
the
some scary
makeup,
shit.
but
hey,
there's a
wait a minute. When it comes to the makeup situation, the man has to take some form of responsibility, okay? Because when women cake up, I mean, you could tell, like, once again, you should be able to, you could see a layer of makeup on a woman's face. Like, when it's layered like that's like thick caked on makeup. You feel what I'm saying? And like you sitting around and she's caked up. You ain't kissed her on the cheek. Something should have clicked as a man. Men do things when we were women. If you get close, if you smell more makeup than you do perfume, that should be a red flag to you as a man.
A deal breaker.
You know what I'm saying? I shouldn't walk up first of all, in my mind, if a woman smells of 100% makeup, she is dirty as fuck. She ain't took a bath in weeks.
yeah, but
That's my
oh
mindset.
goddamn, who has this
Hey,
thing?
Trey, you got background noise.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, sound like vacuuming or something. I might clean it
Just
up over there.
just just mute him.
Nah, it's probably true.
Oh, all right.
But
There you
think
go.
about that. If a woman is just putting on pounds and pounds of makeup, where is the soap and water?
No, no. Well, you see, that's what I was gonna get into before Carlotta interrupted me. I was saying that when she had like
My bad.
he never showered. He never showered with her
Oh
ever.
shit.
Yeah, you know, it was like shit like that. Like there's certain things he was doing that he was just walking into the fucking trap.
Yikes.
That you understand? So
What?
yeah,
See,
it's
wait a
very
minute. I'm
But
in
see,
the
that's
house
something
with
I
this
can
woman.
speak on because I'm a woman. So I mean,
Hey,
I kind of like
hey, look.
speed. I sped past it because I'm already aware that there are things that women can get away with. I haven't done it, but if there are things that women can get away with that you men, for the 30 years you be with a bitch, you will never know. So as a woman,
Hey,
I'm already know that.
hey, wait a minute. As a man, look, once again, you got to take some responsibility. First of all, look, no locked doors in my house. No locked doors. I go open every door in this
She
motherfucker.
get up before you. She
Look,
get up before you. She get up in the middle of the night while you sleep.
wait.
Shit can be done, bruh.
Hey, wait, look, you know what I'm doing? You walk in that motherfucking shower. I'm waiting on you to go in that motherfucking shower. I'm waiting on
God,
you to go in that motherfucking shower. Because guess who's going to go in there? I got to pee. Open up the door. I got to pee. I got
God,
to pee.
yeah.
I got to pee. And look, say what you want to. The curtain is right there. It's right there.
But
Let
it's
me
a
flick this
culture.
motherfucker to see what I got. Wet in the shower. How do you, as a man, 30 years, you can't tell me, like I said, every time, look, at some point in time, whether she and that bitch or not, you gonna go in there to take a piss while she's in there.
Yo,
This
yo,
happens in every
yo.
Yep.
relationship and or marriage. There's no way in hell that you and your wife don't end up in that motherfucking bathroom together.
Right.
Yeah.
It's
Yo,
gonna happen.
Vic, there's a
So
water
oh
resistant
my God.
makeup, bro.
Like, oh my God, you telling me for 30 years you didn't look, I hope he loses his fucking case. I hope he loses. 30 years you didn't pull back the curtain? Are you serious? 30 years? Oh,
Listen, man, you gotta
Some
pack it on.
motherfuckers got it like that.
Nah, but you gotta pack it on culture too. You know, like
oh.
certain cultures have certain things that you don't do. You know what I mean? So she kind of got away maybe because of those things.
He right about that.
She
He is
knows how
right.
the shit work. She know how
He's
the
right
shit work.
about this. He's right about that.
I don't care what. Look, I'm talking to all 7 continents of the world right now. I'm talking to all 7 continents of the world right now. If you have a dick and balls, I don't care what culture you in. Once you marry her in whatever ceremony you want to, pull the fucking curtain back. Pull it back. It's not gonna cost you a damn. She want to cuss you out, fine. You just want to be show because this is the rest of your life. It's the rest of your life.
I
That's
mean,
true.
the best way to catch these people, like trannies, they have to go to the doctor every week because they gotta clean their shit out,
Ugh.
right? Because their body is not natural, so they gotta go to the doctor every week, clean that shit out. You will know. So if
What do you mean? Wait. They gotta go to the doctor and clean it out. What do you mean?
yeah, they gotta clean out their fake vagina because the reproductive system usually cleans itself, right? It's not a real
I
vagina.
thought they just use whatever the women use.
Nah, you can't use that. There's like germs in there, so they have to go to a doctor. The doctor gotta clean that shit out. So they'll go every week.
Oh boy.
So you will catch them up. You will catch them up on that. Like that shit is very, very hard to hide because then you're gonna be thinking she has HIV or something if every time she gotta go to the doctor every week.
Wow.
What if they were one of them transvestites that don't let you know they gotta go to doctor?
Well, they can try, but eventually it does come out. Like it's very hard to hide doctor appointments. They will call you on your home phone. They will ask you like
Yeah,
who to
you
call
been
in
with
case of
somebody.
what happened. Yeah, so it will get
Okay, so you saying Meg, you saying like if it's a situation where two people live together or something.
yeah.
Okay, I got you, baby. Okay.
Yeah. You'll know. You'll definitely know.
But okay,
Right.
here's the question: how do you, I mean, because that's one bad thing too. That's one thing I never really liked big about the wigs because and all the makeup is because when I see wigs and all the makeup, the first thing I do think is tranny.
Hmm.
I mean, when I see a lot of makeup and wigs, first thing I do think is tranny. It's
Right.
just what
That's a
it is.
man. That's a man.
Right.
There's a lot of men that say that like women look like men, and I'm like,
Right.
well, the thing is though, well, when I was in art school, there is subtle differences between a woman and a man's face. Like
Right.
it's just literally softer features. So whenever I hear it, I'm like, okay, so what do you mean by that? You know
Matt,
what
you
I mean?
never seen how a lot of women today, biological women, are really looking more masculine. Their face looks more hardened, you know what I'm saying, than ever
Yeah.
before.
Yeah, but
Have
it's
you
not
seen that?
no, but no, but you see the thing is though, like some
Shit
men
is
kind of
creepy.
they no, but they exaggerate it though. You know what I mean? You don't have a need for this exaggeration. Saying like, she looks like a man, she looks like the nigga that I could go on a football team with. You know, like
Well,
you can't exaggerate
They
it
you,
do
like
have
that,
you
bro.
women that
right,
look like that though.
but Matt, you're right. But the thing is, to be honest, from a woman's standpoint, myself, I kind of see that shit myself. And
Right.
what I do, I attribute it to the fact that they're messing with the growth hormones in the food and shit. And the thing is, hormonal stuff affects people differently. Like
Hmm.
estrogen, that'll make y'all look softer. You feel me?
Hmm.
But if a woman intakes estrogen before she's like menopause or whatever, it'll cause her to become more hardened. It's more of a masculine effect on a woman than it is on a man. You see what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Hmm.
That's why I'm thinking today we see a lot of masculine looking and maybe acting females. It's due to the changes in the hormones of the food and all of that shit. So that's how I look at that part.
Yeah, when I see them, I just call them dykes if I'm wrong.
But the thing is, Meg, they ain't a dyke. That's the scary part. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it
Now,
makes you
look,
wonder, like, what the fuck is
I've
that?
seen. Hey, look, I've seen in my lifetime um, a small number of actual, real hermaphrodites. The
Hmm.
people that walk around with both.
Right.
Hmm.
And the
Vic,
scary
how do you
thing
know they
about
got
them,
both?
Uh-oh.
Well,
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
hey, look, if you
I'm messing
ever
with you,
get a
man.
chance, but no, I'm just saying, if you ever get a chance to actually like see one in person, look, I mean, when I say that it looks like their bone structure is mutated.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying? It's like the body parts are literally like all the way off. Like they might have like the upper skull of a man, but then their jawline is a woman, and then you know what I'm saying? Like they don't have the Adam's apple, but their shoulders are up like a man, but then
A
their
broad.
arms like shoulders
But
down
that
are like a woman.
but that deformation is occurring now based on what I just said as far as
Yeah, you know what I'm
the
saying?
retardation of the fucking hormones in the food. So that's happening now. So how can we
Yeah, you know what I'm
distinguish a
saying?
hermaphrodite? Because the only way we can make a distinction between a hermaphrodite and somebody who's getting fucked up behind hormonal things is the fact of a sexual thing. It's like either they got balls in a coochie
Well,
or like some
they
combination of
decide.
some shit like
Think
that.
about it. They decide on what side they're going to go to.
Yeah, they
At a
decide.
young age, it's the one that's more prominent. That's right. The parent
Right.
supposedly be the one that
They
goes by what's more prominent. That's true.
yeah, they choose. Like, you know what I'm saying? Now outside of that, which is more like a birth defect from what we understand it as, you feel what I'm saying? It's something that
Yes, it is.
is beyond control. You know, these guys that like I said, these trannies that go around trying to trick straight men and go to these links. And like I said, I'm in Detroit, so it's a lot of men that are a part of that world, and they go after the young guys. They go after the boys that are 16,
Mm-hmm.
17 years old.
Mm-hmm.
These guys are like in their early to mid 20s,
Gotta grow them
going
up.
after the boys that are 15 and 16 years old.
Gotta wait for the corn to grow
It
Now
on the
still
here's
can
cob.
be flipped into a psychological thing because you got men that still got their penis, but also have a coochie. And I'm saying this from a psychological perspective. It's like, yeah, no, you know what I'm saying. You
Listen,
know, it's like this is happening a lot more now
the
than a
only
little bit.
way
Everything is more psychological.
the only way to be sure, man, you just gotta peep the hardware. That's all.
He's
That's all
true.
you do. Just peep the hardware, man. Like you can't really, go through all of that by just looking at a
Take a
person
lighter.
these days. Because there's some men that dress up like, girls and shit, especially Asian men. They get away with that shit perfectly. Like sometimes you watch
Oh
Asian
hell
men pose
yeah.
up in a dress and you can't tell if they're a woman or a man. That shit makes me
Nope.
scared. When I was in the Philippines with my father, that happened to me. Like I was like watching, like it had these like set of naked women. Like it's a sex shop, so it's like just like how we have like hairdressers and stuff, and they have like the clear glass and shit. So you would see all these naked women, and then my father told me like, "Yo, dude, that's men, right?" I'm like, "What?" I couldn't believe it. I literally couldn't believe it.
Bangkok is notorious for it. They are notorious for that type of activity. And that's why I said I feel sorry for a lot of men today because I ain't gonna lie, I've seen some people that were just so pretty for real. You could not tell no kind of way. You used to get tell by the jawline or the Adam's
Mhm.
apple a little sticking out a little bit, but you can get your Adam's apple shaved down and all that old shit in there. So it's like you can't tell. And
Yep.
it's like I feel sorry for y'all because it's like damn, like where the pretty women? Like long time ago, it used to be so many pretty women. Like you would see like 10 pretty women before you see an ugly one. Now it's the opposite.
Right.
Hmm.
Y'all got to go from day to day and wherever y'all live at and see 10 ugly ass females before you see a half ass cute one.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm not gay or anything. It's just that I'm being honest. I'm old enough to be honest and keep it freaking real. You know what I mean? I would never touch a girl.
Hmm.
That shit is like a turn off. But my thing is, I want to speak to the panel and I want to let it be known. I may speak on a lot of like negative things, like as far as situations and issues that people may have. I'm not condoning it. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying it exists. This is the shit that people be doing. All right? Because sometimes I'll get hollered at, you know what I mean? Or like looked at side eye, like, you know, just because I know about this shit don't mean I'm about that shit. So it's like, you know, I can sit here and talk about drugs, don't mean I've been on drugs before.
Right.
So I just want to make sure, you know, we all not ignorant up in here. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah. The first time I've seen that type of concept was in a cartoon on Netflix. That shit, like, when I watched it the first time, like, if any one of you in the chat saw like Knights of Sidonia, you would realize that they're like literally male, female, and then they have the middle where they can fucking choose whatever they want. And I'm like, yo, technology in the future is gonna be so advanced that you're gonna have people growing up and still don't know what the fuck which side they want to become. So they're just gonna become whoever they fall in love with. So it's like, if I fall in love with you, I become a girl. Or if you fall in love with me, I become a guy, you know? That type of shit.
You know what? You're right, man. And what people need to learn how to do is keep people out your fucking business. If you with somebody and you a man and you feel some kind of way about your girl, you feel as though she the type of person, she's deserving of your softer side, or you know what I'm saying, you feel at peace with her when you around her, then let me tell you something. It's the right thing. It's the good thing. Don't let other people ways and other people's influences fuck your shit up and make it seem like, oh, you a punk ass nigga. Yo, you weak as shit. You simping for your girl and all that stupid ass shit. Y'all need to stop that dumb shit. I'm gonna tell you that now. If you feel close to your woman and you happy with her and she feels like she's your best friend, then let that be the case. Keep other people out your damn business. And then go the same way with females. Stop letting bitches tell you what the fuck is wrong with your man. You know what I'm saying? Stop letting people like verify, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, fine, I was. And another thing women need to stop doing. Stop running your mouth every time, you know what I'm saying? Even if you happy. I'm going to tell y'all something real in live play. I need to get this out. And when you with your man and you happy because of the way the world that we live in today, you can't even say, speak on the fact of, yeah, and Tony, he took and got me such and such, and he did this. Do not have these conversations around bitches that ain't got no man or got problems with a man. Do not have these conversations because they are not happy with you. They will sound like they are, but they're not.
Right.
Only have these conversations around motherfuckers that's in the same place as you right at this moment or in a higher position in their relationships than you. Only fuck with them. Do not fuck with negative people when you in a good place.
Right.
Because that will fuck your shit up.
Wait a minute. I want to take this minute right here and say thank you for watching Debating Woes with your host, Judge Dre. Please like, share, subscribe, and definitely hit the donate button down there because that's what keeps the show going. How you doing, KP? If you need the link, I have it in the main hangout there. I can't post it right now. We got too many trolls in the room.
But you guys, you are wonderful men. You have to remember, you're here for, everybody is still here for a reason. I don't care what we've been through or whatever. We obviously, regardless of how hard and difficult it may have been, we're still here.
Right.
We're still here. So obviously you must be a tough motherfucker because you're still here. That shit didn't get you. You ain't out in the corner putting drugs in your system. You're not in jail. You're not dead. So obviously your situation didn't have more power over you than you had over it.
Right.
What about that? Why people can't reflect from that end and keep it moving?
Yeah, we got too many other things. You know, we got first world problems.
Allow too many other things. Can't nothing fuck with you unless you allow it.
Yeah.
So if you allowing these things, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't come over your house and kick your door and snatch your shit. I can't come over your house and steal from you. You gonna let me do that? No, you ain't gonna let me do that. So you gotta look at it, problems that come your way as if its intentions are that. Yeah. Take your shit. Take from you. Now, if a problem come to you and you look at it as if it's something that's going to take away from you, handle it. Make sure that that problem is not going to affect you in a way where as though you lose.
Right.
Y'all got the power to do this shit.
Yeah, but
But
some women just are greedy and handle certain men because you have a
You a
guy who
man.
has like 16 girls and he has 16 girls and you're still trying to change
yeah.
him.
Okay, I got one more question. Hey, Lethal, you have any more rules there? Lethal, he came out and pulled a rule I have to adapt. So I'm
Uh-huh.
gonna see you got any other rules there? I might have to steal another one. I might have to adapt that one there.
Lethal was spot on with that shit. He was
Hell
spot
yeah.
on.
Lethal came out with that. Now, if they watch them fucking reality shows, I'm like, oh shit, I never think about that shit.
Yeah, that's a cheat.
Reality shows.
They mirror that shit for real.
Yeah, I never think about it like that. Real Housewives of Atlanta?
Love and
Love
hip
and hip
hop.
hop.
Yeah,
Because think about it, if I act like that, then it seems like these women seem to get their way when they act this way. So guess what? You got these women looking at this shit. Oh, they see that woman gets the man's attention if she dress like this, act like this. Next thing you know, you got a society of women that's dressing like this and acting like this, off of bitches from a TV show to get paid to do that shit.
damn.
Hey,
I mean, the thing is though,
It's embarrassing.
if they only watch those shows, then yeah, that's a red flag. But if they don't only watch those shows, because I'm a dude, I like drama too. I watch fucking the rest of them, like Jersey Shore, all of them, like when they were popular. I'll watch that shit because it's drama, right?
Oh, I ain't gonna
But you
lie.
ain't gonna be moving your head from side to side getting smoked with nobody.
Well, I
That
used
shit
to
ain't
watch,
gonna affect y'all as men.
now here's the question. I used to watch the show Hell's Kitchen like that, but I
Hmm?
figured that was just about a business.
Yeah.
I mean, I never
what
realized
about
somebody was going, you know,
Mhm.
that was my
what
show.
about
I
the
ain't gonna
Beyonce
lie.
factor?
Dre, you can't compare Hell's Kitchen to what they talking about. Hell's Kitchen puts a
Right.
man in a position of being a fucking boss. He talking about watching like female shit. You know what I mean? And still
Yeah.
feeling like a man at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You know, men can still like, yeah, y'all can watch that shit as long as y'all ain't be like texting each other talking about what the fuck happened on the show every day. You know what I mean? That's when the fuck you crossing the line a little bit, bro. Pull it back,
What
pull it back, pull it back. Just sit there in
what
the
about
confines of your home and watch that shit. Be quiet.
Mhm.
what about the Beyonce factor though?
Oh,
Oh,
Nobody actually like paid attention to all these chicks who like listen to Beyonce and they quote Beyonce like to like
I,
it's a Bible or some shit.
you want to hear something funny?
Those chicks are
I
problems
can't
too.
stand Beyonce. I have never liked her. To me, I think that, hate to say something, Beyonce is a stereotype to me, as she looks like a transsexual. She looked like she could have been a man.
Oh goddamn.
I know, for real. If you took away
It's not her fault. It's
if
not
you
her
took
fault.
away
It's
her
the
face,
image that they made her. It's
right,
not her fault as a person. It's
right,
the image that she allowed them to make her into.
right.
You
If
know what
you
I'm
took away
saying?
that and you put her back on the show when they used to do the man or woman type
Mhm.
shows, I'm pretty sure people would say that was a man dressed up as a woman. Because
Yeah.
she just, back in the day, she just didn't look right. It's just
Mhm.
something was, I mean,
But Dre, you got transvestites that mock themselves off of Dinah Ross. You got
right.
transvestites that mock themselves off of Liz Taylor.
But her image, she came out looking like a transsexual right off rip. And that's why I was never too fond of her.
But that was a good market. That was a good marketing tactic if you think about it. Because look what's like pretty much got a lot of mouth and say in our society now, the gay community. So if she came out looking like that and made them feel like they was, oh, we're a part of mainstream type shit. You feel me? So that was a good strategy right there. Because they're like a major voice in our society now. So that was a good thing. See, it's all about marketing. Everybody looking at image, but that shit made that girl a lot of goddamn money at the end of the day. You look at it in the big picture.
Yeah, popularity has a lot to do with it. I mean, yeah, some of them quote Beyonce like the Bible and stuff, but I think it would be a bit extreme to say like that would be like a red flag. It might be more of like a yellow card. It'd be
A
like a
yellow
yellow
card,
card.
right?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have to say that. I'm sorry. I mean, either it's a penalty, but you got to get kicked out the game for that. I'm sorry. Most of these chicks who actually listen to Beyonce are like fucking bonkers. You know this.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
I haven't ran into one chick who listened to Beyonce and isn't like somewhat thrilled.
Oh
But
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But the thing is, the ones that try to emulate themselves and mock her way are ugly as shit. You ever notice that? It's like you don't look nothing like that girl.
but
you know their face, your
But then they
face.
mind, they think so.
your face tells what you consume a lot. You know that? Like, it's the biggest giveaway. And the reason why a lot of these chicks, especially in the hood, why they look manly most of the time is because they have sex with a lot of men. Like, whoever noticed, when you have sex with men, you start to look like them.
What?
No, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Nuh-uh. That brother right there, he wanted something. It's something behind what he just said. I'm telling you. But see, we not gonna go into all that because there's another spiritual aspect of that shit that a lot of people don't seem to understand. And the thing is, man, if you really looked at it, they are negative. You can see like women that what you just said, man. They look like that because they deal with a lot of negative males. A lot of negative males.
If that was the case,
you'll see that influence.
There would be no porn if that was the case.
Yeah, that is true.
No. You see porn. No.
It's
you
true
see that's makeup. You see, that's the thing there. They use makeup to hide these like deficiencies. But if you go and look at a porn chick without makeup, you swear that's a man in a fucking dress. I'm telling you.
And what kind of men? What kind of men is she messing with? Think about that.
Yeah,
they tie all into what Matt just said. I'm telling you, you deal with a woman that dealt with a lot of fucked up dudes.
Shouldn't you be able to say the opposite then?
Yeah.
Yes.
So you a lot of women look like a woman?
Well, it doesn't happen in that type of extreme, but they might have women tendencies because men will get it more mentally than physical. Because our bodies are already physical prominence. You can't really like change us, I guess. But you would get it in a mentality.
Women that allow men to have sex with them, but have the men fall in love with them first, will not change their femininity.
Nope.
But women that just let niggas fuck them, look how they look. I'm telling you, dead ass. Look how they look. That boy, Matt onto something. I'm telling you, he just told the truth.
Yep. I live in the islands, bro, because I had to deal with people on a personal level. So I notice every subtle difference. When you live with, like, in a close-knit community, you notice the difference more than if you're like in a city.
Or maybe you could just look at it from a different way. Where you live is just a bunch of ugly fucking women.
No.
I don't live in the islands, and I'm telling you, he telling the truth. It's something else that is known.
If you know somebody, like, look at them really good. And just look at that man that she's sleeping with, and you can start to see the resemblance between them. You would swear to God that they're turning brother and sister.
They said the same thing about being with a, you got a pet dog. As long as you with your dog, you look like it.
But you know what? Those owners.
Or better yet, I'll give you this. So that means the longer I'm with my wife, she gonna turn black?
Yeah. No. You know why it won't be like that? Because y'all love each other. Y'all love each other. He talking about people that just coexist with each other.
Listen. All right. Let me just get that point for you really knocked down, right? Anytime when you have sex with a woman, part of your DNA remains in that woman regardless. Do you know that?
I know that.
Exactly. So there might be some instances where that lady can look like you. That's the reason why.
If you's an evil nigga.
Well, yeah, they are, because I'm sure if any one of you show your wife, I could probably maybe tell that you guys kind of look similar to one another. Now, I don't know if it goes across races, right? I only know.
It does.
I only know
No,
like.
I understand what he's saying. I understand what he's saying.
Yeah.
If you a positive dude, and you go have sex with a female, you'll turn that light on a positive. You ever heard people say, "Ooh, girl, you look like you're glowing." You know why? Cause she had sex with a positive nigga. Think about it. Come on, yo. Be for real.
I don't think so about that.
I don't know about
Be for real.
Nah, because I've had like sex with a lot of girls, and it's to the point where some of them were negative and ain't shit changed with them.
No, it's not. No. It doesn't go on you. It goes on them. It affects the female.
They didn't change. Nothing changed. They still in their
because
damn way.
No, because you didn't have no effect, and you didn't see the masculinity come through them because you're not an asshole. This is why they didn't change after having sex with you. You probably really cared about them, even if you was like, well, somehow I'm going to hit it and quit it. You try to make yourself think this way, but you're not a hit it and quit it guy. You're just doing that shit because you think that's the masculine thing to fucking
Okay,
do.
how about this? I can go with this on a spiritual level.
That's where it is.
I can go with that, but just changing DNA, I can't ride with that one.
No, not.
It's not changing. It's not changing the DNA.
It's spiritual. Put it the way. Yeah, it's spiritual. Put it your way.
It's not
Just-
changing.
When you're around people a lot, you start to pick up on their mannerisms and their facial expressions and their movements and maybe even some voice inflection. So maybe in those senses, when you're around somebody enough, you start to pick up some of their traits. Like
But submissive.
okay.
If you think about it, right? If you think about it, how many facial expressions are you going to be making if you're a positive person? You're going to make a hell of a lot of them if you're a negative person. So that shit indoctrinates itself in the person's image
well,
because
and
they look negative.
the equal opposite would then be true if you're around a positive person, you know.
You'll remain the same because you're not going to be changing that much.
Reason why I say spiritual, if you look at prostitutes, they look dead.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Or addicts.
Yeah.
There's a reason why this thing happens. It's because women tend to fuck the same type of niggas all the time. That's the main reason why it happens. And if you're married and you stay together for a long amount of time, you would not notice. That's why the guy there, he couldn't notice because he's not with that woman long enough. But if other people around you are around you, they will tell you, yo, that chick, yeah, she looks like you. They'll literally tell you that. If you ask anybody, you've been with a girl long enough, they will tell you she looks like you and you look like her. Literally. So when they have these women who keep fucking the same niggas all the time, sure, they might not be a relationship, but that's where they would start to look like these amount of niggas that they fucking every time. It's either your side bitch or a main bitch.
I don't know. I mean, maybe that's just me. I ain't never been a fact is. Maybe when I was younger. By the time I hit 20, 21 years old, trying to have more than one woman at a time, I can't do that. That's just too much bullshit to deal with.
Hey, it's just a headache, bro.
I mean,
It's a headache.
I got to deal with your shit, my shit, her shit, the shit about y'all motherfuckers finding out about each other. Just too much.
Right. Yeah.
You just look at each other. That's a nice little thing.
The best way to really notice this is if y'all know, like KP submissive, if y'all know people that's negative, you know what I'm saying? They like, you know, this is a couple that always arguing, always going through some bullshit. Look at the female in that relationship and look how like really kind of non-feminine she begins to start looking. You understand what I'm saying? Because of that negativity in that relationship. Now, you may have somebody that you think that maintains that femininity look. You know why? I come to find out later on down the road, that wench had been seeing some fool on the side. I'm telling you, I lied to you not. Oh my God, I'm just tripping that this boy brought that shit up. For real, it trips me out that he brought that up.
Right.
Because that's a really confusing, is a really hard subject to get people to acknowledge. It's something that you basically got to see it for yourself. Like just paying attention to people and watching to really, you know, be like, oh, worry, that's what you said. You know what I mean?
Basically,
You really
if
you really examine those type of chicks, you might want to reevaluate who the fuck you're fucking.
Yeah, it's
right. That's what it's supposed to do. But people pursue because it's a quick piece of ass. So that's why they not, you know, paying it no mind.
You see, ever since the invention of the safe sex and the condoms and all of that, that's when it started to take off. Before, you probably would not see that prominent of a woman looking as a man than now.
Nah, man. You ain't nothing new under the sun, brother.
No.
My grandparents were fucking like jackrabbits.
No. Just listen. I say the safe sex aspect. That's the whole point. Is a safe sex aspect of it right now. So you could fuck how many different niggas you want. Not to mention you have the inclusion of the internet A nigga can fly for wherever he is and still come fuck you.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? You have that inclusion now. So when I say people start to look like each other, it does happen to some people, and some people it doesn't happen to. It doesn't happen to everybody. It's just like, even if you say the DNA can transform, whatever, it's a probability aspect. It's never, oh, it's 100% gonna work. But if you have seen two people together long enough, I swear to you, you will start seeing they look alike. It might not between it would not be between you and your girl because you're living with her, so you would not notice that. But trust me, people on the outside would notice that.
Yeah. Only thing I just like to bring to what he's saying is the fact that I've only noticed it when a couple is negative. You got some people, they just argue all the time, but yet still they stay together. But they're not right for each other.
And not to mention too, when you are a lesbian, your face changes in a sort of way too. It gives off a strange, I don't know if it's an aura or a look.
That's why we're able to tell who the hell are lesbians and who ain't. You know how people say gaydar? Yeah.
Give off a strange look. Like if you saw like a man fucking a man, I don't know, like sometimes I think the feminine features turn on or something. Like all of a sudden you start to look soft and shit.
Yep. Without really taking hormones. Exactly.
Yeah, it looks weird.
So when you say,
Yes,
Carlotta,
ma'am.
about people who argue all the time, they're not right for each other, I know this sounds weird, but there are some people that's the only way they know how to communicate. And so I know from the outside looking in, it sounds strange, but maybe they are right together, and that's the only way they know how to that's effective communication for them.
That's true, but then it would be like as if we were to say the only thing that exists is negativity. There's always the aspect of positivity.
I don't think it's the only thing, but different people communicate.
Oh, we know that, yeah. That's true.
Right, and so really you would want two people like that to be partners rather than one person who's like that and one person who's not.
And go mess up a positive person's life. That's what you're saying?
Yes, because those two people are not going to likely communicate well together. So, I mean, I sometimes use my parents as an example. They've been married almost 49 years, and they're arguing all the time. And, so on the outside looking in, everybody makes a judgment and I'm not saying you're judging, I'm just saying on the outside looking in, it seems like they're not right for each other. But then I learned that everybody doesn't communicate in the same style. So on the outside looking in, they look messed up, but they've been together 49 years,
That's true, but see, some people learn how to tolerate each other. You know what I'm saying? And it's like they get that mentality like, well, the only person that I feel as though can put up with my shit is this person right here. Another person feels the same way, so they end up staying together. You see what I'm saying?
I do see what you're saying, and I absolutely agree. I don't think it's right for everybody, and I don't think that everyone who does argue all the time are right for each other. But
it killed my mom. I'm going to say that. It killed my mom. I'm going to say that. My mother was with this man for 20 years, and it ultimately killed her. Yes. She had a massive heart attack. You understand what I'm saying? Because of constant arguing all the time. But what ended up happening, it broke down my mother's esteem. So my mother now, she started feeling like, well, I don't look good enough to be with somebody else, so therefore I might as well deal with this simple ass nigga. You understand what I'm saying? So she allowed herself to stay in that situation to the point where it consumed her, and she succumbed to a massive heart attack, in which my mother never had medical problems of that nature.
Well, there is no question at all. Stress will kill you. So if you're in that type of relationship and you're stressed, then there's no question you're not appropriate for that relationship. Something's not.
But then your esteem get beat down at the same time. This is why a lot of people be staying.
And I'm not advocating people fighting, trust me.
Girl, I know that, honey. I know.
I know you know, but I mean, there's no way I could personally live with that. But
girl, neither.
That's the only way they know. Okay. What you got, Atreyu?
What about the
As far
selfish people in relationships? You know, I've noticed that. You know, I've been in a relationship to where the fact is they want everything their way, no matter what you do. You know what I mean?
You're talking about control.
I mean, it's like that. You know, they don't understand, and it's like they say, oh well, it's like they want everything their way and don't want to give anything. And then they got this nonchalant feeling about, well, whatever, or how, you know, I want everything my way. How you feel is a distant second.
Well, I think those people are just selfish. I mean, there are people who are just completely selfish and they really don't care about the other person's needs. They just keep taking and never give.
Right.
Yeah, complete control.
Actually, I have a different theory. I think they feel they give you everything because
Oh,
the
okay.
one thing they give you is pussy. So a lot of women feel that if they just give you pussy, they let you hit it, they give you everything. Because I'm sure that argument probably did come up with you, Andre, where she's like, I gave you everything. Look at what I did for you.
Uh,
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
I hate to say something. I've never had a woman say that to me.
Never?
But if you look at the big picture, everything, if they did say something like, you know,
I've had
look
more
what I do
takers.
for you, it'd be the same shit you could do for you, have done for yourself, if you really think about it.
I've
No,
had
that's
more takers
usually
than
most
givers.
women. That's all they have to
I've
offer.
never had a giver.
Damn.
But
A
see, the
woman
problem though, Andre, if
goes
the
off
issue
of
that
that.
you may have allowed it to be taken. You see what
Right.
I'm saying?
Right.
And about thinking you doing the right thing. Sometimes we think we doing something right, and technically we doing something really wrong. But it's
Right.
hard to think that you're doing something wrong when you so inclined to think you're doing something right, because you being nice. You see what I'm saying?
Of
That
course.
nice shit can fuck us up sometimes.
Definitely.
That's
Yeah.
the crossbow part. You know,
Right.
shit gets weird.
But in like some people, I think they expect some sort of fairy tale in having a relationship type thing. Like they
Fall in
don't
love with the idea.
yeah, they don't have that expectation of having an argument or, having a timeout. You know what I mean? Like you in the other room, she in the other room, y'all mad as fuck. And then, you make it up. And then you have these people again who think that they have to be inherently not themselves. They have to be overly good. Like
Yeah,
yeah, like they
pretty much
have to be
overcompensate the situation, pretty
yeah,
much.
Uh huh.
exactly. Like they're
That's right.
overly good. So some women say like, okay, I don't want like a good man or he's too good for me. It's not because they're not saying that because like, oh, she don't want a good man. It's just that you have no balance. You need to have balance when you're dealing with a relationship. You need to have those ups and downs. If you don't have these ups and downs, then the good parts isn't gonna feel as good, and the bad parts is not gonna feel
Yeah.
as, you know what I mean? You need that. And good
Listen,
women,
I think when a woman says that a man is too good, this is only because she don't know what to expect.
nah.
She don't know what to look for or what
Don't
to
know
ask
that.
because her self-esteem is so fucked up.
True, KP, but you know what? A lot of women like that are because they don't know what to accept. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's
they
like
can't trust themselves.
right. It's like if you like okay, if you're like recognizing things in me that are good things, I may not be ready to recognize them things yet. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm holding on to some old I'm a fucked up person shit.
That's what I'm saying. She doesn't know her own self-worth.
Right. And there's a lot of dudes that's like that. You know, here they get a really nice girl that recognize all this good shit in this dude, and he's still holding on to some old, I'm really fucked up, I'm a really fucked up guy. Guess what's gonna happen? You wanna hold on to that negative shit about within yourself, you're gonna lose this good girl after a while.
Well, sometimes when people are used to being in a really bad relationship or they've never seen what a good relationship looks like, the,
Uh-huh.
they don't feel comfortable when they're encountered with that because sometimes
Girl, yeah.
stuff becomes comfortable.
Right.
So even being treated well can be uncomfortable for someone who's never seen that or experienced that.
Yeah,
Right.
you can't. You
Yeah,
do.
but the type of way that I be thinking, we can't leave those people there. We can't leave them there. You know
What
what I'm
you
saying?
mean?
The information and messages and the ways that we have understanding of, we got to push that message out because a lot of people are feeling a lot of different things, and it's like a lot of experiences us people right here may have that can just change and make somebody sit down and reflect and think and be like, wait a minute, we have a wealth of information. You get what I'm saying? That did not come out of books that a lot of people are starting to recognize and you know what I'm saying, and understand. And once we have obtained these understanding things within us, we need to push it out so we can give it to other people. So it's like a sense of help. You know what
It
I'm saying?
doesn't
It
work
helps
like that all
them.
the time, Carlotta.
It
Because
may
I've
not work
tried.
all the
I've
time, but it works sometimes. So if sometimes, at least it's sometimes, because you can't say it don't work none of the time. You see what I
I
mean?
can put it like this. It's based on choice because I've been in that situation of like been told that I'm too good of a guy to be with, and I'm still trying to understand that situation. But I've like been told that before, and it's like it's like the girl was so screwed up in her mind. She was so screwed up that she couldn't accept love for nothing. She didn't know how to
Yeah, but
accept
see,
anything.
that's that pride thing. Ain't nobody gonna come out and say, because I'm a fucked up person. You see what I mean? In other words, they'll tell you how great you are, but they're not gonna admit that they're a fucked up person.
Well, that person needs to make a conscious effort to let someone be nice to them. They have to consciously tell themselves, let him be nice to me, or let her be nice to me. They have to make a
But
conscious
but
effort
but
to experience that enough to be able to change.
Okay, but
but
I think that,
submissive. If you don't know how to be nice to yourself, how you gonna let somebody be nice to you?
I
and I
agree.
agree with that. I think a lot of that too. Like, you go through generations of this shit. You don't know how to
Yes,
listen.
sir.
Right.
It takes a conscious effort to learn how to accept that and how to properly respond to that.
And think about the women who feel like that or the men. This is generational.
But
It
not,
is, but wait,
It
but
really
see,
is.
submissive. Let me ask you this. Well, let me say this. Unfortunately, there are no examples of what of anything to lead anyone to making a conscious effort. There are no examples out here.
Well, I
None.
said that before, and that this
That's
can be
crazy.
on many subjects that people who know that, I mean, if you know that something's not right, then you need to you need to seek out the information somehow, or you need to identify people who have qualities that you like and surround yourself with those people. You
I
have
totally agree with you.
No one can change that for that person except that person. So they're going to have to step outside
Hmm.
of that comfort zone and seek out that information somehow.
That's right.
It's
That's
just
just
like you
like people
said.
that
It's a comfort
gravitate to a
zone.
whole lot of hollering and screaming and shit all the time. You know what I'm saying? Because
mm,
within themselves they hollering and screaming. So that's what causes them to gravitate to certain circles and groups and communities like that. Because they can relate to shit like that. You see what I'm saying? And that's what keeps them bound to things like that. People, groups, communities.
But
Because
just
they
like
have that negativity indoctrinated in themselves.
mm.
And they won't allow no type of positivity. It's like you would think that in the dictionaries where these people live, you would think that the word positivity does not exist.
Yeah, but
If it
Carlotta,
ain't this way, there's no way.
yeah,
Can
but
you
Carlotta,
imagine mentality like that? Really?
yeah, but you can't like you can't use extreme measures on a person to make them think that. That's what I'm saying, where the
that's a
balance
No.
is.
They gotta
yeah.
pick it up when they're on. You know.
You
No.
can't use extreme measures because if you're
No.
inherently good and you're so damn good and you're like, okay, well, I'm gonna do everything perfect for my girl, you might alienate her than a nigga who would just be like, yo, yeah, fuck that bitch, but I'm gonna do nice things for her. He might be able to ease her in better than you
You gotta know what you're
because
doing.
yeah,
Because
because that's
sometimes
what
like a person like me, if you do too much, that I'll interpret that as you trying to be accepted. Somewhere in your lifetime, you were rejected somewhere. So you doing all this extra shit. Because if I see that you done bought me a $200 pair of shoes and you walking around in freaking slippers, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be like,
Hold on. Wait a
I'm not
minute.
gonna look at that as that you love me so much. I'm gonna look at it like you tried too damn hard to be accepted,
No,
and you're
no.
not accepting. Well, let me finish. Let me finish. You're not accepting yourself. So therefore, guess what? You're gonna hit a brick wall, and you're gonna get upset because nobody's accepting you. You're not accepting yourself. You're doing too much projecting instead of internalizing sometimes what is a good thing. What is you think somebody gonna beat you or you gonna go to hell because you sat up here and put yourself up here $200 shoes? You get what I'm saying? It's like people just want to like keep pushing out, they put themselves out, and then when they don't get nothing back, you shouldn't get anything back because you're not using the shit for yourself first. It's almost like, buy food. You get like the girls, they get like food stamps. You're supposed to take a food stamp and buy food for your house first. Not sit up there and make sure another motherfucker got food in their house and you only got a loaf of bread. The fuck? And then you gonna run around talking about, nobody look out for me when I be looking out for them. They shouldn't. Because you keep putting everybody first. Instead of knowing that shit's supposed to come first to you. Instead of everybody else.
I can agree with you on some points of that,
Right.
but sometimes you have to sometimes, because you never put anybody else first on some things, then that shows to be selfish.
No, yeah, I'm saying like, come on, it's like, come on, be for real. Like, I'm talking about, I know for a fact there are people put more shit into other people, investing more into other people than what they are investing in themselves. And then when the shit don't work out, guess what? You're left with less than what you had, and you ain't even got to the next level. You see what I mean? It's like none of that shit materialized to work for you because you put everything over there. You supposed to, this how life's supposed to work. You supposed to be like, whatever you believe in, spiritual whatever, then your kids or whatever family, then everybody else. Really, kind of, that's how it's supposed to work. But people got shit all discombobulated. You got people that believe in a woman or a man more than they believe in God or something. You know what I'm saying? Or themselves. That shit is retarded.
HU, do you have something to say?
If you got a good heart, that other good spirited person will find you. You don't have to go like seeking and looking and checking under rocks and shit. You'll come together with this.
I mean,
But you gotta be real with it.
yes and no. Yes and no.
Well, you gotta accept yourself as being a good person.
I'm
for
putting
real.
it like this. I'm gonna put it like this.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what a human being can say, anybody could be like, I don't want to be in a situation at this point because I'm at that point, like talking about. But at the same time,
I
you
can
have a
dig it.
longing for some. You have a longing for somebody. That feeling will still always be there. Whether you actually, because I damn sure love myself. It took me a long ass time, but I actually fell in love with my fucking self. But it's to the point where that's not a fucking enough. I do need a companion in life, and I feel like I do need it, but in certain ways, I'm not going searching for it. But in certain ways, you're gonna actually still be searching for it without searching, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
You're
let me
gonna
ask you a question. You love yourself, yes, that's a good thing. Don't get me wrong. But is there some more things that you need to be doing for yourself?
What you mean as far as
That you feel like,
material-wise?
well,
I mean,
as far
don't
as,
say
the basics of survival. Like, in other words, do you feel as though you want to get your own home? Do you feel as though you want to have your own apartment or
all
things
that,
like that?
all that's like worked in it already right now. That's already in the mix. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, I know that's actually part of society's stability.
And one's
As far
development and an individual's development. So therefore, once you achieved all the things that you should be doing or need to be doing, then, you know what I'm saying, whatever it is that you would consider as a companion, you know what I'm saying, will come, gravitate to you. The reason why I'm saying this is because you don't realize, yes, baby, you're a good person, but at this time, if somebody came into your life, it would get you off your track. You understand what I'm saying? So technically, it's something out here, for example, that's looking out for you. You know what I mean? Really, because it's like, yo, this is such a great person. I don't want them to get sidetracked. So guess what? I'm not going to give you what you think you need or want right now, which is a companion. Because anybody of a nature right now that may come into your life will only sidetrack you. You're not getting this shit right now because that's not what you need right now. It's something else that you need to do for you. Because the whole point and purpose is that learning this shit is that you need to start learning the fact that you come first. Because anybody come into your life right now, you will sidetrack. I'm telling you. And it'll get you off your game. And then you'll be right back in some circular thing bullshit. And then you'll go right back to not feeling appreciated. And you'll go right back to the dumb shit. Want what is best. Let me say this. Want what is best for you first. See how that works. It's just worth a try. Like I be trying to tell people, right? Just try the shit. You know what I mean? It ain't gonna fuck you up no more than where, or make you unhappy no more than where the fuck you at now. Just try it. And that's the hardest thing, but yet still, I could probably ask somebody to commit to giving me $150 million, but you can't commit to your damn self. How can you make a commitment in a relationship if you're not committing to yourself?
Okay.
How can you want somebody to clean the bathroom if you don't like cleaning the bathroom? Or you feel as though you ain't supposed to do all this and you ain't supposed to, you know what I'm saying? Like, how can you get somebody else to do some shit? If you don't believe in you, how the fuck I'm supposed to believe what you talking about?
A lot of what you're saying, I've been doing since I was like 16. All that you've been saying, I've been doing since 16.
Keep it moving.
That's
You
what
ain't
I'm saying.
finished. You act like you 40-something years old. Boy, stop playing. You ain't finished. Some people don't achieve that pinnacle of life until they like 60 or some shit. You still young.
Yep.
You still young.
Yeah, that's true. A lot
You're
of
like
them-
right there, dude.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Hold up. What I'm saying is, it's like I already set limits and times on myself automatically, no matter what. I actually put more pressure on myself than anybody else can. That's a fact. I know myself more than anybody else in this room. That is a fact. Everybody knows their own self, which is a fact. What I'm saying is, all that you've been saying, I've been doing since the age of 16. I don't need anybody. I learned how to cook, sew.
I know that. I understand that. When I speak, I'm not speaking specifically to you. I'm saying in general. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm just saying, it's like, practically, it's like, this is what I mean. I reached a level already in my life to the point where it's like, okay, I feel that maybe that could be the next step. Because I'm already to the point where I'm about to step on a whole different plateau in my life. Like, I'm moving already like 180 miles per hour right now in my life. And I'm
But some
moving that
people
fast.
are not meant to reach that with another person. Some people have to reach that shit themselves and then get the other person. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, like, why is it that, like, people, like, maybe, like, it's a lot, not you, baby, but I'm just saying, there's a lot of people out here that fear success and shit. They feel like they gotta wait on or wait for somebody else to come with them so they can get to this next step and this next that. But I'm saying, where's it documented that you're supposed to, like, bring another motherfucker with you? Remember what happened to Hammer? Keep that in mind. This nigga was like a multi-million-dollar man. He took everybody with him, looked out for everybody, and look where the fuck he at now. So maybe sometimes it's not meant for you to, like, drag other motherfuckers with you. Maybe you're supposed to just achieve that shit your damn self and then look up for everybody else. Maybe your shit's just different. Maybe you're supposed to walk that journey yourself.
Oh, trust me, I already know that. That's the fact automatically. It's
You want me
like,
to get you some tennis shoes?
what the fuck? No,
That's what I
you don't
said.
tell tennis
I'm gonna
shoes.
beat you. I'm gonna beat you.
I walked for a long ass time, Carletta. It's the fact that, like I said, I
I
already
know,
know
I'm
a lot
messing
of
with
people not gonna be able. I know. I was like, a lot of people not gonna make it in the same circle I'm
you.
making
No,
it in. I know that. I know that for a fact. That's
everybody
realistic.
shit different,
I already came to terms with that years ago. It was like, okay, I know I look out for a lot of people, but I know a lot of people ain't gonna stay here. That's just what it is. That's just growth as a person. As a person, you will continue to grow and realize that.
But
For
that's
those
not
who don't
common for
realize,
everybody.
well, that is
Everybody's achievement and purpose in life, you better know, is different. You know what I'm saying? So, like
right.
I say, what we perceive as the right way or the correct way or the standard of ultimate achievement may not be yours. Everybody's on a different time frame. What works for everybody else and how other people handle their shit. You may see a perfect couple do perfect shit. I mean, that's them. Somewhere in their lifetime, they were supposed to, come together like that. But that's not maybe how your shit's supposed to go.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, why is it that we can't allow ourselves to have that alternate way of thinking? Why is it that we have to think about how we feel and then what other motherfuckers expect us to feel and then what society standards are? It's like we considering all this old other shit instead of just looking at what it is that is happening at the moment.
Right.
And why we can't just take it from there and do what the fuck we gotta do?
Because you know what that actually develops? That develops a comfort zone. To be honest with you.
When you deal with people and you know what, let me tell you this. You say for example, right, you in the music, okay? And you got a lot of opportunities there, man. Okay, cool. You find this girl, right? She coming to your life. She's sweet as hell, nice, and all that old shit, right? And all of a sudden, you get down in the middle of the relationship, and all of a sudden, you know, she got panic attacks, and she something wrong with her, she upset, and all this old bullshit. You feel me? That's going to take, because you love her so much, that's going to take your focus off of doing that music thing. And where it would have took you a year to achieve putting your foot in the door of that music thing, now it's going to take you 3 years, right? Because you trying to help her and make her realize you love her. You feel me? Okay, fine. 5 more years from now, here comes some old other shit, or you got babies now. You feel me? This is how people lose their fucking dream. Because they start believing in the motherfucker right there instead of believing in what the fuck they supposed to be doing. This is how you lose out on your shit. Then next thing you know, you stop, you know what I'm saying? You feel some kind of way. You don't even feel like doing that damn music thing because, I mean, you didn't allow so much time to fucking pass that it becomes not even really worth doing that. This is what happens to a lot of folks. Because they let somebody come in their life that gave them the impression that they can fix them. So the whole time that you're trying to fix a bitch and make them feel better, you're losing out on your big picture. And you might turn into one of them angry ass niggas. Cause see now, she's starting to walk around and tell you what to do. Now you stressed the fuck out. Cause now you got to go over and behind you. Now you feel like you obligated to make this bitch feel better. See, before you was on your time of making somebody feel better. Now they making you feel like you're supposed to do this. So you putting everything that's about them before you. Now you're mad. Oh wait a minute, she don't want to be with you no more now, but you got a baby. Now, oh guess what? You gotta pay child support. Oh now you real mad. See what I'm saying? But what happened to your dream of music thing? Now you're 47 years old talking about, not just the case of you, because you going about your music shit the smart way. But now you 47 years old talking about I'm be a rapper. See, this is how motherfuckers get to 47 years old talking about they gonna be a rapper. See, this is where, now you see the progress? That's where that shit come from. You feel me? That's how you get to that. For real. That's how you get to that point.
Because I'm sorry, it is kind of.
Let's ask someone else's opinion here.
I ain't gonna say nothing.
No, but
No, because it's like I know exactly what she's going in.
Very person's opinion. KP?
Oh my
You there?
goodness. Oh man.
Is he
KP,
there?
you there?
He's not there. No.
What's up, man?
Yeah. I was gonna say, what are your deal breakers in a relationship?
Oh man, deal breakers in a relationship. Being dishonest. That's number one. I don't know if it froze up. You guys still there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we good.
We get yeah.
Being dishonest. That's the number one deal breaker. I can't fucking stand a liar. Also, my pride is something is pretty. I'm trying to explain this. I can't be with a person that's been labeled a certain way. My pride is just way deep. If everybody in the fucking town knows fucked my woman, I can't be with you.
Right.
I mean, this kind of deal breakers to me. I can't say kids because I already have kids.
Right.
Well, we've had conversation too, though, before about. Do you remember the conversation about if you're with somebody and
No drugs.
like if you get together with somebody and you see they're going down a really bad path. Like we were talking actually one night about people gaining weight, and he's not talking just a few pounds or something. But do you remember that conversation?
Yes. The day I met you, you can't get no bigger than the day I met you.
Yeah, that's our deal. But you know what?
Unless you're sick or pregnant.
No, but really that conversation we were talking about is if people gain so much weight that they're making themselves sick or they're really going to cause long-lasting effects, the question at that point was, is that a deal breaker or not? Like, would you stay with somebody you're going to end up having to take care of for something that they did to themselves?
Yes, so if I meet you and you're 125 pounds, you blow up to 500, I'm out. Deal breaker.
So we were talking actually about drastic, serious health risk type.
Yeah.
Like,
we were talking. I was actually talking about that actually. You know, with a woman I dated the other night. I said, now here's something funny. You could never come out and say that I never cared about you. I said you've done a complete change since the person that I started dating. You never were into the weave, the makeup, the hair. I mean, you were this size. You blew up bigger. I still cared about you. And now you got super skinny, and I still cared about you. You never never would walk out the house without a wig on. I still cared about you. So I mean, if that doesn't show that a person is man. But I've looked at women I watched. God, dog, y'all go through some changes right there. I try not to be shallow on that, but I've noticed that definitely. It's like, God, dog, really, who are you dating?
But KP was right though, Andre, because KP said if you go from this to about 500 pounds, I'm out. I don't mean no wrong. He was right. You know why? Because not only did you stop caring about yourself, you stopped caring about the person you was with.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So it's like that, but a lot of people misinterpret that as being superficial and shallow, and it's really not if you look at it like that.
And we're not talking about some weight gain or loss here and there. I mean, even in our time together, depending on what was going on in our lives, I mean, we try to eat a certain way, but there have been time periods where it's like, okay, we just fell off the wagon and everybody gained a few pounds, but we're not talking like serious.
Can't be talking about that nasty shit when people get like super fat, ugly, yucky shit. He talking about that.
Fucking bad. You can't.
But we go so far, like we get to the point, like, I mean, when we have gained or whatever, we'll go so far and then it's like, okay, this is crazy, and we go back to where we were, I mean, we keep it a conscious effort, but we're not talking about just those small gains and losses. I mean, we were having a conversation about what if your partner did like gain to the point where they can't take care of themselves, and now you're going to be stuck taking care of somebody because they didn't take care of themselves. That was that conversation.
Yeah, so think about it. If I have to spend the rest of my life taking care of you because you fucking ate yourself that way, fuck you. Die.
That's actually right.
I'm not dealing with that shit. I shouldn't have to hold up my life, or my wife shouldn't have to hold up her life because of me.
Yeah, that is.
Well, we've said the same thing about people, like if you're with somebody and all of a sudden they started doing some crazy ass drugs, you're not going to jeopardize everything we've worked that hard for, like that person's going to have to go. You're going to have to.
You ain't walking out my house and my TV, the devil's alive. You want to?
They might be.
I love you. Fuck you. I love you from afar. Hope you make it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, drug use is definitely one of the turn off. Like if somebody does drugs, I mean, weight gain, it can be looked as two different things. It could just mean like the person gets more comfortable, and they just relax, I guess.
Yeah, and then when I'm talking about like small weight gains and losses in there, But I don't think that it's fair if, like you said, if you meet somebody and they're not wearing weave and the makeup and whatever, and then they start doing it. I mean, it's really not a lot different if you think, okay, you met me at this weight, this is you saw me attractive at that weight or whatever. I mean, I think you should try to keep yourself up for your partner.
All
And
right.
I mean, I hear you guys talk. I understand when you talk about the weave and that kind of stuff. I get that, but I mean, I guess I don't know what you mean when you say hair and makeup, because I do my hair and my makeup every day, so.
But you don't wear a weave.
I don't wear like.
They're not talking about you, honey. Okay, I think what you look like. They're not talking about you. You sell
makeup.
makeup.
I don't think doing my hair every day and wearing makeup is a bad thing. If you can take all of that to extremes.
You gotta explain it.
They talking about the extreme. They talking about the extreme.
No, it's to the point.
Very, very light shit. They're talking about the pancake batter face motherfuckers.
Okay, I don't do that.
Well, it's
Right, them cake face.
That's what I was saying. They talking about the extreme. They're not talking about what, you know, the
Yeah,
you be doing that stuff.
the right
Almost
word.
non-existent.
The right word for it would be modification. You don't need to modify yourself if that person loves you, because otherwise, who are you modifying yourself for?
Now, what are you going to modify, Matt?
Everybody else.
Yeah, like if you start, okay, you didn't come with weave, you didn't come with like all these excessive makeup, massive colored eyeliner, and then all of a sudden you start getting into that shit, then that's gonna send off like a red flag. Like, okay,
Unless you try to get some strange, I'm good with that. If you want to get into role playing, cool.
Yeah, but that's.
but all right, just think about it like this, like
When that shit today, that's messed up.
yeah, but the woman at the time doesn't tell you anything. All of a sudden, she just starts getting into that shit, and she starts maybe going out more, right?
She cheating on you then.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's gonna draw up a red flag once that person starts modifying themselves and start wearing like different color weave and all this shit. She ain't going out with you. She going out by herself.
Yeah, there's an issue
Pack
there.
your shit and go.
Yeah, so who the hell is she doing that for? So I think the word here to use is not makeup, it's modifications, self-modifications.
Right.
Because if you come to me and you love me for who I am, why do I have to change who I am for you, like for who to love me? For you to love me? Obviously, it's not for you. I know a lot of women come up with the idea about, oh, well, I'm just loving myself. Nope, you're just trying to get attention from some other niggas online.
Yeah.
That's
I'm just going to be very honest. I'm not completely opposed to all types of cosmetic surgery.
Nope.
I'm just not. If somebody goes and I say that with moderation in mind as well, because I don't think that somebody should go and try to go from a already size D cup and try to be some morbidly out of like I don't even know what size to say, but and even the button section to become have this weird shaped ass is just I wouldn't advocate for that, but I'm personally not opposed to some cosmetic surgery. I'm just not.
If men stop accepting that, then women will stop doing the damage to their body. To feel having it or feeling it needs to do the shit. You know what I mean? If all the men in the world right now turn around and say, that big ass, especially fake shit, that big booty shit, okay, we're not into that no more. We don't like it no more. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's out there and stand it out nowhere.
Yeah,
I can't stand that shit.
If that woman truly loves you, she would come to you and tell you how she feels about herself. She would not just start doing weird shit. She might come and ask you like I might want to start wearing weave, or I might want to get bigger boobs because I feel like they're not big enough. That's the sign of a true woman trying maybe to please herself, but might be trying to please you as well. You might say, yo, that boob's small, so you get a little surgery and get them bigger. Hey, what do I lose, right? But if she starts doing that shit on her own and start modifying herself, self-modifying without like telling you about it or even informing you about it, then yeah, she probably doing it for some other person. Now, if she works in the media industry, it kind of might be different, where she has to modify herself in order for her to make money. Now, at that point, you might like understand that already. You know, there's no right or wrong answer like to like deal breakers in relationship. Like some people have more than some, but whoa, what the hell's going on?
I guess boundaries and moderation, when people start going overboard would be, well, unless you're talking about things like lying or cheating or, other
Yeah,
kinds of things, like weight gain, makeup, and hair is moderate or moderation type things.
yeah.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Oh
How
yeah,
you
what's up,
doing,
Jimmy?
Bill?
I finally found my mic. What's up? So what is
Just
what
make
is?
sure you subscribe. You'll know every time we come on air.
Yeah, okay. But what is men going their own way? What is that?
That's a MGTOW group. I saw somebody had posted. I noticed a comment and thing. That's basically. I think what they do is it's a lot of lies about the group, so I can't really tell you exactly. But from what I've heard, basically it stands for men going their own way. To basically where these men said they're not going to be in any relationships with women. They may, they're not gay or nothing, but they may like have sex with a woman, but it's not going to be anything else.
Oh, so it's like people in Japan, like men in Japan. They don't do that too.
Right. Yeah, it's not gonna.
Okay.
Right. It's not going to be, anything else other than that. For sexual gratification. That's it. I think too, they're not even really procreating with the women either. It's just to get off.
Oh, okay.
Because basically what I've heard that they are gaining a little ground because they said that they're against how men are treated at the end of a relationship.
Yeah.
Is it like in the USA or is it a big movement?
Oh yeah, definitely. I have a friend of mine here who, he made big money working for a place, and by the time he paid child support and alimony, he lived in his car for 2 years. And I mean, it's bad when you making $50,000 a year and you living in a car.
So he got fucked over or?
Oh yeah, they just alimony, child support. She got everything.
They take it out of your account. It's not like
Right. Yeah. You can't get. I mean, she got the bank account. She got everything. He was living in his car.
You go.
Shit.
And he lived in his car for like 2 years. And I mean, you would think that how did a person, you making that much money a year, and you got a good job. You ain't no patriotic person, and you live in your car every. You know what I mean?
But do people in the USA get money from the state if you don't have a job, or how does it work in?
It doesn't really work like that. I mean, you can get welfare and stuff like that, but the programs here in the States, they're very hard on men. And I've noticed that what I've seen from, and even my experience, if women go down here and apply for government assistance or any kind of help, there's always a program or always something for them. But when the men go, it's like they give you the runaround, and it's like they'll tell you, most of the time they're not going to try as hard to help you. I've noticed that from just personal experiences.
Won't they turn to criminality if they can't handle the economy?
Well, most of the time you do, because I mean, literally what it is you got to be very strong not to, because if you're not going to get any help, these people aren't going to give you a job because you may have a blemish on your record from who knows how long ago. And I mean, it's basically what it is. I mean, I'm one of those ones where I know child support takes me down to about 75. I mean, you make between $75 and $100 a week. That's how much I was making.
Shit, that's a tough life.
Yeah,
I never knew it was like that in USA. I never.
Yeah, it's very. I wouldn't, like I said, I wouldn't wish it on no one. I mean, you make mistakes as you're younger. That's why I try to really instill in my boy, please don't get caught up in nothing. Don't make any mistakes. Definitely don't get a woman pregnant until you're ready. I mean, you make a mistake in your life, technically out here, it's almost to the point where, yeah, I'm not saying that you can't climb out the hole, but sometimes it's just so hard to get out the hole. Most of us are not going to make it. You know that.
In Sweden, it's like the government takes care of it. If something happens, the government covers up for you. So it's like a safety net in Sweden. I don't know if it's like there in USA, but basically, if something really bad happens, the government will basically help you out.
No, they don't do too much of that here.
America is not free. They're free to con you. tell you that.
But they're scared because they're scared of people turn to criminality. So the government's like, no, we're gonna help you out. We don't want you to turn to criminal ways to get your money.
Right.
So that's why they do it, basically.
I mean, I've never been into child support situation. Well, I'm pretty much younger than everybody else on the panel. I'm like freaking 21.
Right.
So I know, like, for my generation of speaking, like, the girls that have kids by different dudes or whatever like that, they always go for this child support thing because it's already been taught to them that, like, all men are bad and all men do this and all men do that. And, like, they actually have, like, I don't know, steps. Like, if you leave the house late in the night, you can't be going out to get a fucking pizza because you're hungry. You have to be going out and cheat. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like one extreme to the other. I dated this one chick. Well, it wasn't like she had a kid, but what happened was I was taking care of the chick real good and shit, and then all of a sudden she just started to come up with problems. So I say, you know what? I don't want to do this no more. I think it's just better that, you know, maybe we just be friends or we don't talk and shit like that. Now, what this girl did was she called the fucking cops and tell the cops that I kidnapped her kid.
The fuck?
Oh my god.
That is how vindictive some women can be.
She's crazy. She sounds like one crazy bitch, to be honest. Like, who calls the cop for that? Huh?
If I was not living in probably Toronto, I probably would have been shot. I probably would have been shot because they came in and they asked me the question. Now, I don't know what cop does that, but they came and they asked me the question, like, do I have anybody? I'm like, no, you can come in and check. So, you know, it was ridiculous. And then I'm like, you know what? They say they're going to deal with her and, you know, they're going to counter sue or whatever they're going to do in there, like, reverse the law. And they did nothing to her.
Wait, how does the cop treat people in USA? Like, how is the USA cop handle situations if something happens? Do they just go in with guns and tell you?
Yeah, because it's like you're literally swatting somebody. You're saying, like, okay, you're holding my kid at gunpoint, but the police in Canada, at least, they were smart enough to do at least research before they start getting in on my ass.
Yeah, I mean, you could have been shot.
You know what I mean? Like, watch where I live. I live, like, you know, in a condo downtown. That shit is not cheap. I have shit to lose. So, you know, when you're coming in and you have to come up, you know, they even ask the security downstairs, and thank God it was like the fucking black security, because I always talk to him and he's like, nah, that nigga didn't bring no kid around here.
Yeah, so, I mean, in Sweden, if someone called cops, something happens, mostly they send in the cops with pepper spray and batons, but they never have guns.
Yeah.
So maybe it's different here because they want to make sure that the guy is really some kind of kidnapping, you know, the guy that just want to shoot himself. But the thing is, if you go in with guns and someone else has a gun, isn't it a law in USA you can shoot people that trespass your property, so it can be a misunderstanding?
In some states, yes.
In some states, yeah. But I mean, one thing is here. It seems like other countries, they have a more preservation of life stance on things. Where here, we have a preservation of life on the cops, where it's the other way around in you know, most countries, because they figure that, look, these are people who are being paid by the taxpayers. They shouldn't be trigger happy killing you guys. That's how you guys look at it. Where over here, our people look at it as, well, this person took this job and it's a dangerous job.
So is it like the people against the cops, or is it like that mentality? Like you said, like.
Well, the cops they anticipate that, you know, something may, you know, go down more than what they can handle, because there's a lot of weaponry that's hitting the streets that's more firepower than the average cop. You know what I mean? So it's like, I think the cops become a paranoid to a degree, because you got guys with AR-15s and you still got the cops walking around with 9s. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, they feeling some kind of way. So, I mean, to a degree, I can understand, you know what I'm saying, some of these situations as far as they go there between, you know, citizens and cops, you know.
Yeah, right. They have, like, a lot of people have guns in USA, right? So they're, like, paranoid about getting shot, or...
Right. Like, as a citizen, you can have any gun you want. You feel me? But me being a police officer, I only get to carry around a 9. You get what I'm saying? So that's like kind of not fair, you know?
Well, we can't even have knives in Sweden. We can't even have, like, a tiny, tiny pocket knife. We can't have anything. We can have like a pepper spray or shampoo. That's about
Yeah.
it.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying as an example here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Man, it's sad, man. When you have things like this, like one of the biggest deal breaker I might say, like in a relationship, is like for me, it would be a woman with no ambition. Like that shit piss me off.
That's a good
Oh
one.
yeah.
If you're just there because you want a free ride, that shit will piss me off, and I will want nothing to do with you.
Right.
Literally, it's not like you're trying to accomplish something in life, or
Right.
you know what I mean, or you're trying to
Some
help.
people think it's cute to be spoiled. You know, they
Yeah,
think it's cute. They think y'all men supposed to cater old mess like that. You know, like, I don't wanna. You're supposed to, like, take me to dinner. Shit like that. I mean, I'm like this. I got, like, really, you know, it's just my son. But if I had other male relatives, I'd probably bust them upside their head catering to a female like that.
yeah. You know, like it's just how you use the words. It's like, okay, take me to dinner, take me somewhere. How about let's go somewhere?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like include me in the thing. Don't be like, okay, you have to take me somewhere. And a lot of women do that, and I'm like, what the hell is
Speak
going on?
French. Oui, oui.
I can't speak French.
You didn't get it. It's supposed to be oui,
Oh,
oui
oh,
instead
oui.
of me, me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, so what I'm saying, it's like, they don't have no ambition. Sometimes like, I like hearing like, what they want to accomplish in life. Whether it could be something minute as, maybe just making their own clothes, but at least they have a goal. Most of these women out there, they just think it's like, okay, you're a man, so you're supposed to do everything for me.
Yeah, but it should be a relationship with you. It's kind of love, right? You should have like a loving relationship. It shouldn't just be, hey, you're a man, you're a woman. I want sex from you. I want money from you. That's it. It should
Yeah,
be some,
That's
yeah,
how people acting nowadays. That's
but,
exactly how people acting. No love.
but what's
Only like, let's get it.
But what's sad about it is that though they're the same people who are advocating for equality.
Lust.
Huh?
Exactly. Yup.
They're saying equality. You know what I mean? They're the ones screaming down and like, there's a whole set of feminist concerts I see, and they're always screaming down another man for not, doing some shit or respecting their territory or,
yeah. That's not equality. That's just being hateful, I guess. If you're just gonna
yeah,
scream for one, yeah.
it's weird. I had like this one female literally told me this is the jungle, and if I step in, I'll get eaten up. I'm like, what?
Damn.
That
What
shit
does
ain't
that
no
even
Isn't that like a
have?
big? Isn't that like a big turnoff? If someone tell you,
Are
well,
we
you will
still
fucking
talking about
die.
deal breakers?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
What the
Okay.
hell does that even mean?
I don't know.
I'm confused. Like I don't know what the hell to say about this.
Because
Like
we live in a society where a woman can become just as strong as a man if she ever wanted to. Like before, it used to be like how much you can do physically. Now it's a knowledge-based society. One would think like the one who ascertains the most knowledge would be where they want to be. But yet they're still complaining about like, okay, we're not getting paid enough, we're not doing this enough. I have one girl on work right now. She's like way the fuck over me. But the thing is, all she do is fucking have wine and talk to other white men all day.
I
That's
think
all the fuck she do.
I think people nowadays could become more and more materialistic. Basically, they care more about things than people. Like care more about TVs, cars than people themselves. Some people
Yeah,
actually do that. They don't really care about.
yeah, but
And
there isn't anybody stopping a woman though from going out to buy these things.
uh,
There's nobody saying that like you can't attain this, but yet you have these feminists saying that they can't attain it. You know what
what
I
hap-
mean?
what happens if you talk against these feminists, or you just make an argument, a different argument, or just
No, no, I'm just making the argument that they say they have no ambition, right? Like they
uh,
have no ambition, and then all of a sudden they want to be equal with you when they have no ambition to do anything in the first place. It's just like a kid telling you, you have this nice drawing and I want it and I want to say it's mine. I did it.
But it doesn't work like that. Yeah, it's kind of weird. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You know, it's like you work for all this shit in your life. That's why I don't get mad at men who kill their wives.
What?
You work for so much shit in your life.
Wait, what? Wait. Where go from
That's
killing?
not nice.
What happened?
No. I don't get. Not, I absolutely don't
I
get mad
understand it
because
too.
some women do some
I
stupid
actually
shit.
understand it as well.
They do some stupid shit. You work for all this shit. That's why you have men literally homeless right now who say like, "No, you're not gonna get a freaking dime from me. I refuse to work because this shit is ridiculous."
But we go from killing like what? Like in
No,
what way?
I
Or
said I don't get mad at it. I didn't say
oh,
if it's
okay.
right or wrong.
Also,
I
it's
don't
like
get mad.
okay.
Yeah, I don't get mad at them.
Advocating murder.
Well, kinda. Who knows?
What's up, everybody?
Hey, what's
As a
up?
matter of fact,
Hey,
Dre,
Chef.
I'm late to the party.
it's Dre. Since we're still on that topic, I must say that's another deal breaker. I can't fucking stand a feminazi.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we get a lot of feminazis in Sweden. A lot of them. I don't.
Fucking.
Well,
Dude, I'm telling you,
they actually
Actually, you know, Chess is on the panel now.
Nah.
they. You know what? They remind me of those. They
I
remind
knew
me
you
of
were
those
gonna
Christians,
say
man.
something, KB.
actually
They
there
were-
was one. There was
They
one
remind
feminist.
me of those religious freaks because they only use shit that they can use as a. They only How can I say this? The things that they can use as a crutch to defend their shit, and they can filter out everything else. That's the same thing religious motherfuckers do.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Ashley, do you want to hear this? There was a feminist in
And
Sweden.
that's another deal breaker. I don't like Jesus freaks.
There was actually a feminist in Sweden that wanted to make a law basically. If a man is standing up peeing, she wanted to make it illegal. Yes,
Are you fucking serious?
he wanted
Well,
people
I'm
to
done.
he wanted men to force to sit down, or the toxic masculinity is raping her mind. I don't know, some shit like that.
I
And she wanted to
quit.
sit down because
You
she
know
thought
what
Somebody better tell Chris get the
I
fuck from over there.
yeah.
I quit.
Right, definitely.
I
But her
quit.
law didn't get passed. But I'm just saying, there was a feminist that, guess how old she was? She was between 56, something like that. She was like old, woman, overweight, and she's like, well, man standing up peeing is just so sexy. That's what she was thinking. Like, it was so.
God
I don't know.
damn.
Something wrong with them, man.
I'm done. Like, yo, I can't, like, yo, that shit is extreme.
Yeah, I know. But guess what? He wanted this law to be from younger guys. So he basically wanted to point this law against like 12-year-olds, 10-year-olds, really young guys. Not even adults, like younger kind of guys, boys. Basically, it's kind of messed up because he wanted teachers to do this to the younger boys. But
Man,
it's like,
somebody need to put some damn cyanide poison in her lean cuisine.
Oh yeah.
I can't explain how I feel
That's
about
lethal.
Man.
I really can't explain how I feel about that fuckery I just heard. I'm just
Yo, that shit, I'm done.
like really, I'm seriously like baffled. Like really?
yeah.
That?
It exists.
But
Shit, not with me.
she has powers. When that's the bad part. Like she can actually change laws. This woman can actually fucking change laws. That's the thing, though.
Listen, I'm getting the gun.
That's crazy.
I'm getting the assault rifle. We heading out. We doing a drive-by on this woman.
Yeah. You gotta do some black ops shit to this motherfucker. Seriously.
Nah.
We gotta
do it. Nah, do a drive-by on the people that's allowing her to do that. That's what the motherfuckers that need to get shot. There's more of them than there's more of her. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you let one motherfucker change all that shit that'll affect everybody else, then there's something wrong with everybody else. There ain't nothing wrong with her.
God damn. That's like the ownership of a man's soul. That like she wants to get that far in that shit. God.
You know what I try to figure out? How could a man even like actually? Not only that, but how could you even be in love with somebody who actually have those type of thoughts?
Right.
You know, like how the fuck does that work?
Because you don't love yourself.
Yeah, man, that's that Drake music, man.
Nah, it's basically
Yeah,
like
exactly.
yeah,
Exactly.
it's like
that Drake music teaching niggas how to be ultimate simps,
yeah,
boy.
it's like a femdom thing. Like you just
But it's
fem.
always this like really old women that does want to make this like the really old, like overweight, they're on their way to die. Women that want to make this law in Sweden, so it's kind of weird, kind of old, rusty, gray hair. It's just
I
it is
think
kind of weird.
I
But can
think
you imagine there's a room somewhere in this world that a couple of people sit in and make decisions that affect everybody in billions? Can you imagine that? It's like a room full of like 10 people that decide on the, you know what I'm saying, the way the world is going to go, like the rest of the people that's in it? Can you imagine those people have that much power? You see what I'm saying? Wow,
only
right?
only
Makes you
only if it
think.
was so simple.
You only allow somebody to have power if you allow it. That's just the thing. People
If
feed
we
into
as if
bullshit.
we as people start really looking for the answers within ourselves, you won't have all this dumb shit going on. You won't, start people start feeling like, wait a minute, I don't need to put on all this goddamn makeup to feel beautiful. I'm beautiful already. I was born this way. And
Right.
people start appreciating themselves. You feel me? Instead of allowing what other people think is considered appreciation. They start appreciating themselves. Damn what everybody else thinks. And next thing you know, you'll see society will change. When people start accepting themselves instead of stop trying so hard to be accepted.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, I mean the government kind of need people to
Carlotta for
work, right?
president.
Yeah, I mean
Yep.
if you
I'm
think
a
about
beach
it, if
egg.
if you think about it,
It
a
just makes
billionaire,
sense to me.
if
I
you
love
think about
people, so.
if you think about it this way, a billionaire can have a lot of money, but without people, the money is useless, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Like whether you can have a lot of money, but you still need people to make the society work somehow. We're just gonna just crash down. That's it.
Well, the people that need that would be the people that's making the money.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
I think it's all right. To be honest with you, like if to solve this problem really well, like for feminists, you see what they're doing is they're gradually giving feminists a hold on things because they're gradually taking it over. What all men should do is just say like, okay, we're gonna leave you alone, let you run shit. We're gonna give you like probably a day or two, and I bet you they wouldn't want to run shit
I mean,
because
if
they
you
wouldn't
think
know
about
how. They
if you
wouldn't
think
know
about
how.
if you think about this way, the feminists in Sweden also have most mental illness. Like most of them, they're not right in the head. Some of them because they're like they don't feel good. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
they like some of them are mentally ill. Like they don't really feel good. Some of them are really depressed because they don't really have any contact with any men. Some of them. That's why they feel like really depressed, really down. Even if they have a lot of money, they don't really feel that good. To be
Yeah.
honest. I mean that's just reality. They don't feel.
You can't get a companion, and there's a lot of ugly chicks who kind of jump in this feminist bandwagon when it's not even meant for some of them, and some of them still screaming this type of stuff.
But
About
negativity is the forerunner of today. So
yeah,
everything is spinning off of that. You know what I mean? Everything is spinning off of misery. So if people are miserable and they find some kind of way or a group or something that they can gravitate to that feel the same way, guess what? Those types of groups are going to become bigger because this is where society is going in a negative damn direction.
hmm
And people, a hell of a lot more people than us are going with it. You understand what I'm saying?
yep,
People like this good-hearted people that know the way and know the right paths in life are going to be outnumbered, and they're going to be they're going to become more stressed out than ever before. The more that you try to hang on to what is of peace and positivity within yourself at this time in this world, the way this world is going today, you are going to feel the most pressure. You're going to look to your left and you're going to see where a drug addict will get more hookup and somebody will look out for him faster than they'll look out for you. You're going to see this. But you have to stay, you know what I'm saying? You got to stay grounded. Don't let these things mess with you. Don't let them get you off course. Because everybody that is on some old, understanding some things, you're not going crazy. You're not crazy. It's just the fact that you're more positive and enlightened, really, than others. So it's like don't let people distract you or get you off your game. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, Chess Nubian, I saw what you said in the chat. Like, yeah, there's a lot of female presidents, but they're not the one advocating for this madness. It's just the lower folks that feel like they can run shit. So I'm just saying, if all the men just say, okay, I'm gonna leave and let them have it for a day, they're not gonna want to run shit no more.
But Chess, you know what? A female being in a presidential position, that just goes to show how more proof that the person that's out front is not the one that's really running anything. It's the people that's behind her.
Well, yeah, that's a
So
simple.
therefore, we can afford to have a female president. I don't want one. Don't get me wrong. I don't want one. But if you got female presidents all over the world somewhere else, you know what I'm saying? And it's like shit is either this way or that way. It's not definitive or based on because she's the president. Then that lets you know it's somebody behind her running stuff. And this is what I feel as far as even at our government. You know, everybody's saying Bush, Obama, but it's really, I feel Congress running everything. That's how I feel.
Well,
He's just a face that represents America. He ain't seriously running nothing.
Oh, president still has that veto power though. But you're right. I mean, the presidency it's a symbol, but you have to have somebody that can hopefully adequately represent your nation. You know what I mean?
Girl, that's where we need to do a lot of praying to somebody. If you don't pray to nothing, pray to an apple or something. I don't know, but we need to do something for real, because we in trouble.
Yeah, Matt, I was just saying that when you said when you were saying when feminists really wouldn't want to be in power or whatever, but you made a distinction between the extreme feminist types.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. It's just them like you know, those who scream out like we want power. Okay, here's power. Oh, we can't handle it. Come take it back. That's what's gonna happen because people usually feel that they can run a business better than the person that's there. And then when they get into that position, then they realize, oh shit, what have I gotten myself into? And I think they need to start shocking some of them by that, like, look at what we have to deal with. You know what I mean?
Right. See, the thing with running a business, it takes a certain mindset to do that.
Exactly. Some people don't have that mindset, but apparently everybody feel they do. So just let them do it.
But you know how they say that the loudest one in the room may be the weakest one? Okay, but y'all don't think that applies to groups?
Yep.
Yeah, that applies to everything.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly. So you find out what those groups' weaknesses are and you counteract them. You know what I'm saying? With your own types of intelligence. You sway the shit the other way. If you want to call yourself being a part of a group, be a part of a group that is going to like actually go up against like what is the mainstream. If you're not going to do that, then it's pointless to be in a goddamn group. It's pointless. It's purposeless.
Mm-hmm.
If you can't deal with the biggest, loudest, weakest damn group, if you ain't got a strategy to counter that motherfucker, then what is your point?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You can march from here to Alaska. Shit ain't gonna be mean enough.
I think it's really like bad if a group, the only argument they got is basically being a victim. You know what I mean? If you're too much of playing to be a victim all the time and you're kind of addicted to that, the group kind of dissolve in time. You know what I mean? You have to have some kind of point except I'm a victim. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I think when the feminists in Sweden, the only point they have is basically, well, we feel like victims, and when they have power, they have nothing to say. That's the problem, right?
Yep.
So that's the thing. Yeah, people can be victims, but you have to realize you have to solve things too. You can't only make that point, you know? That's the thing.
Yeah, but women needs to realize their weakness and their strengths. And
yeah,
as I say, they if you can use more knowledge than a man, that's fine. But if you know your body's not physically strong enough to take on a guy, then don't do it. And don't act like you can do it. If you can't do it, then don't do it. That's just his strong point.
Speak to the men that allow these women to do that. Make your argument there. You see what I'm saying? Because the woman is supposed to follow, truthfully, the woman will follow the man. I noticed that these households that the women follow the men are more stronger than the ones that is like, the opposite way, where the men do what the woman say.
Mm-hmm.
You see? So I'm like this. When you say women need to stop thinking they can do, okay, make your argument to the men. Stop letting women think
Yeah, but
this way.
you can't stop that though, because the true one law of the world is that there is no right or wrong. It's just your thinking that makes it so.
And this
Yeah,
is what makes you think you can't make it so.
Yeah, it's just your thinking.
Just because the world says so, you think it's right?
No, no, I didn't say it's right. I said there's no wrong or right.
I can't necessarily say that either.
Mm,
There's
Because
there's
this is the
mm.
thing. This is the thing. You can be wrong a million times, but you can only be right once in your life.
no, yeah, but even if you think about it, all right, anything is permitted, pretty much. Like before, gays wasn't permitted, but all of a sudden they are. Women weren't permitted to be like infantry in the military, but all of a sudden they are. There's certain stuff that people do that all of a sudden it just came into law. Like polygamy might not be a law now, but few years later it might just be a law. So that makes it right. That's what I'm saying. There is no right or wrong. That's that's
I
what
get
You're
what he's
talking.
saying.
yeah, that's
True,
what
but
people
people
live
people
by.
are starting to wake up to their own truths because
Yeah,
for so long, let me say this: people that's in power, they follow the norm of okay, it's wrong to be gay. But you know what? A lot of people that's in power are gay on the low. They're bisexual. A lot of people that got billions of dollars
hmm
are freaking bisexual. So what has happened is they didn't came to terms with their own truth. They didn't came all the way up out the closet. So guess who got a big ass voice now? Guess who's getting like millions of dollars? As far as backing money. Guess.
all of a sudden it's okay to
Take
be
a
gay.
big guess who's getting a lot of front money. Do you think they're getting that from the common people, the regular people every day? No. That particular community has a lot of power now because the people that have the money to give them have recognized their own truths. Guess what? I'm gay, and I'm going to deal with it, whether my wife, my grandkids, or whatever, you know what I mean, wants to deal with it or not.
That's how the government mess up the world and people
That's
start
how AIDS
thinking,
got in the suburbs, but that's a whole nother story. I believe that one alone.
I'm
people start,
sorry. How did government mess up the world?
no, I said that's how government mess up the world, and then people start thinking that, oh, well, I should be, you know, the world just should be one way, which our mindset of thinking this one way has always been taught to us by who? The government at the time. I mean, you could
You
say
got to
the
understand who runs government, though. Corporations run government.
yeah, exactly. Businesses run the government. Well, businesses and the military to some aspect because the arms trade brings in the most money in the world for anything. But what I'm saying is just like it's the concept of being right and being wrong. If you think of life like that, you would not be complaining with shit because then you're gonna understand some shit that happens. I always tell people to not look at it as right or wrong. Just look at it as a thought process of thinking. Don't look at it as a morality issue, just like how Trump said, okay, we should kill all the Muslims and just fucking, bury them. Now, to you, you might be like, well, oh, well, we have humanitarian laws, but look, these motherfuckers coming in and just blowing up our shit. It might be a good idea to just wipe them off the face of the fucking earth. So it just makes sense. Like when you think about these rich guys, they think on a different level than common folk think. They don't think about this like right or wrong. They just think about it like I'm making a decision. That's it. If
is
you
it, is
use
it is it like morality is subjective or like there's no
yeah,
right or wrong?
there's no right or wrong. It's just subjective. They tell you what's right or wrong and then you agree to it. When it comes to like a relationship aspect, that's why I say like in order for a person like that, it's like if they're inherently bad, if you want that person to be good, you have to ease them into being good. You can't just throw out like, oh, I'm a very good person, I'm gonna be extremely good to you. Kind of have to ease them in, because it's just like a child. You can't expect a child to become a nuclear physicist without teaching them the basics. I mean, some people don't have that patience, but that's what it really takes if you're gonna make this so-called bad person or this person who have issues into a good person. And people could, well, Mindy is like, people could only treat you how you allow them to. That is only true to a person-on-person basis. That is not true in a capitalistic society, and it's not true with any government. The majority rules over you.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter. Everybody's saying, well, you could only treat me because I allow you to treat me that way. That's not true. Whoever have
How you figure this?
No.
So you mean to tell me that it depends on the government whether I choose to eat today or not?
Yep.
Okay, so if the government took all the food out of the market, you honestly think I have no way of eating or nourishing my body?
I'm not saying that you wouldn't have no way of doing it, but if they say like, okay, you can't come to the market, I'm pretty sure it's gonna affect you.
But it's not going to stop me from eating because I know another way.
Okay, here's the question, guys. We are getting off topic now. We are. So can we get back to the topic, like deal breakers in our relationships, or basically everyone set their part on that topic?
Okay.
It still works on high level, low level. I refuse to think that way.
I don't know. This
Like
topic
social media is a deal breaker.
Social media, huh?
Social media. Oh wow.
Like I figure we can.
Big families. That was a deal breaker for me. You got a big ass family. I'm not gonna allow myself to get into a relationship with a person with a big family. I'm sorry, I just don't, because they got too much influence right there.
What do you mean by big family? Like if you come from a lot of
Like if you got one of those families where here it is, we're adults, but it's like you gotta go deal like, and I see in your family, for example, your aunt got 4 kids, but it's like you the one gotta jump up and go do something for her all the time. You know, your grandma, she got like 19 other grandkids and jump, but you the one gotta jump up and go do something for them all the time. You know what I mean? It's like I don't want to be. Well, I might as well basically can say I wouldn't want to be with somebody that's overextending themselves too much. You're an adult. You're supposed to be running this over here. You're supposed to be, manning your little station over here.
You're a little selfish then.
I'm not selfish. You're supposed to be running and being a man in your own damn house instead of trying to be a man in everybody else's house. Be a man in your own damn house.
This is kind of my thing about that. I can agree with you to a certain extent, but you only get one mother, one grandmother.
Oh no, I said no. Notice I said aunt and maybe grandmother, but I'm saying notice I said she got like 19 of her grandkids. You see what I'm saying? If you got a grandparent that is like only you and everybody else is like ultra preoccupied or something, then that's something different. You know what I'm saying? But it's like if you get this phone call like all the time, and you notice that your brothers and sisters ain't being called all the time, but you the one that's like, what are you trying to win an award or something? What are you trying to win favor with these people? It's like you're an adult now. You're a grown up. It has to be, even with women, it has to come a time where you reach a point. I know people may be close with their families, this and that, but it has to come a time where it's like, look, you're an adult. You're not a child. It's like the elders of your family shouldn't have precedence over your own home. That's not fair. That's not fair to your partner. Your partner is expecting you to be a woman, and you still acting like a little girl. You know what I'm saying? Doing things for mom. And your partner expecting you to be a man, and you still want to be a little kid. It's annoying. I'm just saying it's annoying for me. It's annoying.
That, Carlotta, because I don't date women who are too close to their families and stuff. Like every time they mama call about the store or something, they gotta hop up and go get something from the store and shit. Because as a grown woman, and grown man, you've already been raised as a grown man and grown woman. And I feel like people are saying like, okay, that's your mom. But in the same token, I didn't ask for that. and for 18 years you did what you were supposed to do, and I can repay you if I want to do something. But I mean, like, people who just get up at every whim and do something for their family, like, that shit gets annoying after a while. And every single function they gotta be to, like, at a cookout, and you see the same people like every weekend. You gotta go to a cookout every weekend. I don't deal with that shit well. I don't. I think it's too much. It's too much human implemented things in the relationships. Like, oh, you owe people this. I don't owe my uncle to go cut his grass. Like, I don't owe him that.
That's what I'm talking about, Patrick. The very thing, the
That
whole thing you talking
sentimental
about.
stuff.
That's what
That
I'm saying.
sentimental stuff is
No,
human implemented. It's not Mother Nature. It's not natural. That's something people choose to do.
it just depends on what do you mean by like being. How clingy are you? Are you to the point that you can't keep a relationship? Then that's weird.
No,
But
I'm
if
saying some people have issues where they try to outbest their other family members.
because to me, I would prefer that you're close to your family, then you know how to keep a family.
Yeah, within respect. You understand what I'm saying? It's like your family respect you. You respect your family. That's cool. But what I'm saying is when
I've seen a
you,
relationship like that, like
you
way
know,
up close, because I used to live in a house too, where the mother would dictate everything in a freaking relationship, and she would always go back there and ask for advice. And this dude is already taking care of your kids. He's stressing out for you, but
right.
yet you taking her, like, she's taking her mother's advice
Over her
present,
kids.
Over yours.
over him, and he's the
Yeah.
only one like that was like working in the house,
Dead wrong.
Yep.
right?
I
And
think
it was weird.
my
Dead
daughter's mother
wrong.
was like that. Actually, that's what broke our relationship up. Actually, I told her, I said, it's plain and simple. You told me that I was being too close to my family, but let your mother sit up here and dictate what the fuck go on here.
Right.
Yeah, the mother is not like, it's not like, okay, the mother is a good woman, so she has like the best advice to give. It would be some really fucked up evil advice, like, he's still married. He ain't get his divorce papers yet. He probably cheating on you. I'm telling you, he gonna cheat on you. He gonna go back with his wife. I'm like, yo, why she
See,
so up in that business?
planting seeds of negativity when
You
it
know what I
ain't
mean?
even
Until
nothing to
like
be
one
worried
time, like
about.
they had like a big cuss out, and then she's like, oh well, I'm not gonna talk anymore. And then all of a sudden things started to get better for a while until it started to get back the same way, because women don't back off.
Of course not. Sometimes though, that's a big problem in a relationship. That's one of my deal breakers. Plain and simple. You want me to put you first in my life? Well, if you're gonna be first in my life, I gotta be first in yours. That's only fair.
Yeah, but you see, the problem with her is that her kids is first, and she doesn't take the man, quote unquote, seriously.
Right. And too, a lot of people don't realize it's a different love you have for your kids and all like that crap there. If someone's
Yeah.
supposed to sit up here and put you first, then you got to put them first. The kids actually do come second because it's y'all two. Think about it. You raise the kids. It ain't like you saying throw them out to the trash or nothing. But
Yep.
you raise the kids to what? They're going to go eventually get 18, 19 years old and they're going to leave
Exactly.
you. So you're going to be, so wait, you want him to wait 20 years before you put him first?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Like everything that you guys were saying there, this shit actually happened, and I witnessed it like firsthand. Like the kids, this woman had 6 kids. 6. She had the 7th one, I think, 2 years ago, right?
Right.
For this dude, she had 6 kids by, I think it's 4 different dudes. So 6 kids by 4 different dudes. And she went with this dude, and this dude has to take care of all 6 kids.
Right.
Now, I was wondering, like, how could this guy put himself in this position and actually wants to marry this woman? This guy got fucked up credit. This guy got like a whole set of fucked up shit going on in his life. And yet he wanted to give me advice about how to live life. And I'm like, dude, you're 40. Your hair is falling out of your head. You can't give me fucking advice.
Well, I can tell you some mistakes he's made. I'll tell you that. I'll let you know like this. I got a fucked up life, and I can give some very good damn advice. I'll tell you that.
No,
I'll tell you about what not to do.
Yeah, but he wasn't telling me what not to do. He was telling me what to do. Like, okay.
Well, I hate to say, in a way, that's telling you actually that's good because you realize what not to do. and you say by not knowing what not to do, he's gonna telling you what to do because from experience he's actually went through all that.
But
Yeah, but the thing
you're
is, though,
not
he was
dealing with
telling
it
me to
at the
have a kid
time.
at fucking 19. I don't
Oh
think
hell no, you don't have.
I
Some
don't think that
people,
was good advice. You know
No,
what
that
I
I
ain't
mean?
good
don't like
advice at all.
somebody.
You know
I
what
don't
I be
like
telling you,
somebody trying
like,
to
when
take
am I
me.
gonna get a woman and when am I gonna bring a woman here? Like, he was just thinking with his fucking dick,
Mm,
and now I can
mm.
understand why he got into that type of position in that relationship. So
I
now
wouldn't like
it's stressed
somebody.
off on the kids, and then she's a woman who likes to take care of her family. So sometimes she takes his fucking money and then send the money back home for that family.
Right.
But
You know, it's weird, but when you deal with a woman who is like very family oriented, especially if she have other stuff and other obligations, it's very difficult to get into a relationship with her because
Yes.
she has all that other obligations. You know, I have dated someone who had like what, 8 brothers and sisters, and every time she would have to go home to take care of them, I'm like, what the fuck? Then when it's gonna be my time? Is it gonna be
yeah,
my time when they grow up and they have their life ahead of them? You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. It's very hard to get in a relationship with someone who has a massive family, especially when they're very, very, very close to them. I can't deal with that.
well, can I say something? I just wanted to say
Sure.
that I'll take advice from somebody that
Okay. And
they
anyone else want to add
do.
to that?
Oh, can anybody hear
We'll
me?
go to you next, Anthony. Since you have you been listening to the show, I know you came towards the end, but we're gonna go to the second part of the show. I got the show set up already. Anything you want to say? Deal breakers in a relationship on the topic?
Nah, I think he mute.
We
His
can't.
mic
Yeah,
is
we
on mute.
cannot hear you, Anthony.
The mic.
Yeah, you might have to check your mic issues. What about you, Chess? We'll go to you and we'll come back to Anthony.
Okay. For me, it's too many baby mamas and too many kids.
Too many kids.
Yep.
What? So you wouldn't date a person like me then? Oh, I got too many kids. Oh, damn it.
I'll be right back. I gotta make a
Hey,
dedication right now, quick.
I
You
can't.
know,
I
you know
can't deal
what?
with all the extra baby mama drama, man.
I just
I
sit there
like
and laugh. I don't have
I like
one
what
good thing
Chess
I
is
say.
saying.
As they get older, you don't. I tell you this though. As they get older, you have less drama. One
Right.
thing I can say with mine, I haven't talked to. I've only talked to one of them in the last 7 months.
Wow.
So they go to show, and that's the one that the child lives with me. And before then, it was like I said. Before then, the last one I talked to was her again. So very rarely.
But like I said, Dre, when you
But yeah,
get older,
I
your
can
tolerance
understand that
level.
definitely.
Yeah, but Dre, you know when you get old, the older you get, your tolerance level is like this.
Right, I know.
Like,
Can I ask a question?
Go ahead, Carla.
Let me. The thing that she just said, that's the major one. That's like a class A felony. My thing is, I would date a guy with kids, but do for your kids. You know what I mean? Don't try to like be one of those guys that be like, want to do some nice shit for my kids, and but yet still you be walking around bitching about child support. I'm like this. Do for your kids. My kids is straight. You know what I mean? You don't have to do nothing for my kids. You know, do for your kids. That I like that. You know, that to me shows responsibility. Whether baby mommy let you get the child or not, just do for your damn child. Stop trying to impress somebody. But oh, I'm gonna hook you up and hook up your little kid too. That's some stupid ass shit. Do for your own kids.
that's
Right.
You
true.
wanna buy a little kid some Jordan? Buy your child some damn Jordans. You don't have to go and buy these girls shit to impress them, to make them see that you're a good guy and all that. You're not a good guy because you're not doing for your own goddamn kids.
All righty.
All
And we
right.
go on to the next person there. What about you, Jim?
Well, if someone is a crazy feminist that wants to me to never sit down when I piss, yeah, that would be a deal breaker for me. I don't want to do it. Deal breaker means you don't want to do it, right? It means that you don't want to.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that would be my point. When someone is someone to control me on that level, no, I don't want to do it. Like someone is cheating or controlling, no, I don't want to do it. That would be my point. Yeah.
Understandable. What about you, Patrick? You're muted if you're trying to talk.
I think he had to do something or whatnot.
Okay. Well, we'll just go back. We'll go to you, Matt.
Oh, me? I ain't got really no final thing. I
No
got a story, but not this one. We're gonna do it on the next show.
Okay, we'll do it on the next show.
All right.
What about you, Atreyu?
Oh, deal breaker?
Yeah.
One of my main things is I cannot deal with a woman who's not intelligent.
God damn.
I cannot deal with a woman who's not intelligent. And what I mean by that is the fact that you don't know how to use common sense whatsoever.
Blonde woman.
It's like I said this before. I'm the type of person that physical gets boring with me. It's like it's appeasing to my senses, my everything of me to be like, damn, she look good. But when you open your mouth and
Right.
you just you speak, it's over with. It's like I can just like cut that off right there.
I've had plenty of them.
I ain't saying blonde woman like I mean blonde woman, but I'm just saying like any woman that's stupid, I call them blonde woman anyway.
I've met all types of women like that, and it's to the point where I never understood why. I was like, damn, why I just don't like this girl. Then I realized as I got older, I'm like, oh, she fucking dumb. So I can't deal with that. I mean, we all have dumb moments, so to speak. We have bleh moments, but a person who I can't hold a conversation with, or a person who doesn't use critical thinking or common sense whatsoever, I can't deal with it. It draws a lot of lines with me, and it's a headache. So that's one of them.
Anthony, are you there yet?
I don't think y'all can hear me. Can anybody hear me?
Now we can.
Yeah.
You're low though, but we can hear you.
I'm real low. How about now? That's a little better.
You good.
Okay. Oh, deal breaker. This is my deal breaker. My deal breaker is this: in a relationship, I'm not going to get in a relationship with anybody if I feel like it's a deal breaker.
Well, what are the deal breakers?
Oh man, towards when we dating.
Right, like the people you won't date, whatever. Like I won't date a woman who don't have a job, or I won't date a woman who got 20,000 kids.
Oh wow, I don't want to come off. You know what? I'm gonna be honest. People probably gonna take this the wrong way. You know what? One thing I started learning at this age, I would not date a woman that stay in the hood.
Ah, got it. Nice.
I would not.
Nice.
I would not deal with that again. I would not deal with that again. Stay in the hood. And nowadays in Chicago, it's not projects, but still, there's areas where it's violent, and these women, they still there. No, I would not do that again. That's over with.
Set your ass up.
That's enough. So.
Okay. I believe that's everyone. We got everyone, didn't we? Anybody want to say anything? All right, guys, we're going to wrap this show up right here. I want to thank you guys for watching Debating Woes with your host, Judge Dre. Please like, share, subscribe, and definitely hit the donate button down there. That's what keeps the show going. We're going to roll over to part 2, which I just put the link in the description box, so you guys can just click that and go right over to the next show. And we'll see you guys on the flip side. Say goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Peace.
Bye. See you guys.
Goodbye.